I want you and that young man to tie that knot. I'm gonna pray for you. And I want you to hold on to God's unchanging hand, because he helped Joshua fight the battle of Jericho. Yes.
It's the old
He helped Daniel get out the lion's den. He helped get off the island.
Let me get straight to the business. Yeah. Got them lions in the building. Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been to bed. Man, they know they no contest. Yahuwah, he do the bless. We will not see you tomorrow. Cause you cannot go to thought. All the sons and all the daughters. Standing hard with big manotas. But my son, he made me Taurus. On that line, I'm still a Taurus. Karate kicking Chuck Norris, 4-5 on my waist. If he started, would not hesitate to get retarded. Oh Lordy, he ain't got a PowerPoint, he forest. He running into the hills like a Philistine. G-Hard hitting Hamites with the guillotine. Situation turned up with the ratchet team. JJ 7000 to debate me. I know them haters gon' hate me, but he won't debate me. Pistol off safety. He respond, come wake me. If I don't get up, nigga shake me. If he don't show up, then he fake G. I touch down and make these nigga nuts hate me. Dear brother. Ballin' and crawling all the way from H-time. Let me get straight to the business. Man, them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Why you lying to them children? Why you lying? You gon' cry, you gon' get it. Me, I'm like a frog, nigga, ribbit. Of course, it's in the spirit. I just got the Porsche, she can steer it. Mito got the raw, Shaq and Willie. Lamborghini doors, you better not spill it. Mama's high, say I'm more than just a villain. Mama's cry, I'm dope and wide for her children. Suicide, immortalized as a realist, yeah. Death by cut, black suicide. Let me get straight to the business. Got them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Yeah. Why you lying to them children? Yeah. RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been in bed. Yeah. Man, they know they no contest. Yeah. Yahuwah, he do the Wow, what's that? Why didn't take it over? Number one debate league, you heard me? When it's up, it's stuck. I'm stepping on everything, nigga. Metaphorically, of course.
Yeah, peace. Just the mad scientist, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know the checkmate. Eric the Mad Scientist, True Knowledge on Facebook, Bingo, and TikTok, and Life Death Conflict TV on YouTube, and trueheart 30 on Instagram. Let Karima holler at y'all, say what's up to him, and then we'll get started.
Shalom to the panel. Yeah. Shalom to those that's watching in Bingo and Tag. Shalom to those that's watching in chat. Thanks for coming.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this presentation. We got this video coming up first so I can get ready for it. This is my brothers. We did this Life Death Conflict TV podcast. We talking about different issues, and I think it just fit with the presentation that I'm doing. And I talked to Karima earlier. You know, she gave me this idea because we've been talking about it on a spiritual form, but I want to talk about it in the physical and medical field, what science say about the mental health issues, and how we can see when it's happening, man. Because a lot of Black families, we're just toss it to the side. We'll see what's happening and never try to figure out this person has a real problem. We'll just say, oh, he's crazy, or that's just how he act, not knowing that it could be real issues to later on they could cause suicide and harm to other people. So I'm gonna get deep into this. The three things I'm picking like four things, but it's the four things I'm picking that I specifically know in a black family that goes on a lot and we don't understand. We hear about it. We hear somebody say they have these things or might have it, but we don't understand the seriousness of it, you know. So we will get to this intro video. This is my boys, this the lockdown, life death conflict TV. We talk about different subjects, you know. This is one of the last videos we did, but peace out to my brothers, man. You know, everybody doing different things now. So we'll get started with this while I get ready. Every- And yeah, anybody that, know anybody or have health issues, I would like you to come up here and speak on it. You know what I mean? Because experience is better than anything.
Welcome to the Life Death Conflict Podcast. I'm your host, Nux Young. We got two amazing people in the building. My co-host. Introduce yourselves.
I am the ball.
Eric Trueheart, aka Gabasha Alia Howardad, aka Eric, the mad scientist, True Knowledge.
And you can also follow me at Westside Ball on Instagram, Will Brad on Facebook, Meatball Super Get It on Snapchat. Chat.
Snapchat.
And you can follow TrueHeart30 on Instagram, Eric Trueheart on Facebook, Eric True Knowledge on Facebook.
See, this is what I'm going to tell me as a little bit of a marketing person. I'm going to get y'all one day to get all y'all social sites the same name. You know what I'm saying? And that's important. That is very important if you are in any type of, you trying to build a brand for yourself, you trying to do anything for real online, you trying to sell some products, you trying to rap, you trying to sing, you trying to do whatever, you need to brand yourself to where it's easy to exit, it's easy to find you, you know what I'm saying? You want everybody to know, go to this place, wherever their social media preference is, you know what I'm saying? Because if they looking for you on, they see you on Facebook, but their social media preference is Instagram, you know what I'm saying? It could be easily transferred, you feel? So, alright, we're going to get into these conversations, man. Sex trafficking, this is a topic Smalls really want to talk about, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because there's a lot of little kids out here just missing, man, just gone.
I got 5 daughters. 5 daughters.
And not just sex trafficking, missing persons. We talking about
human trafficking.
Human
Let's
trafficking.
just say that.
We talk about human trafficking.
People being taken from their families and sold and used and abused.
Yeah.
And we got to understand how this human trafficking work. It's not white people coming into black communities. It's black gangs. It's police officers, doctors. It's politicians. Everything how they handle this. And it's also organ trafficking with it. And the main place they're taking these people to is to Asia Pacific.
And stop just, y'all got to think outside the box, man. Stop just looking for white vans too, yo. Stop,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They're not stupid. Like, these people, like, it's well organized criminal activity, they gangs, you know what I'm saying? And or not necessarily gangs, but criminal enterprises, you know what I'm saying?
They definitely are.
So we gotta think like they think, real shit. Anything else y'all want to say on this topic about human trafficking?
I just want to say that if you're watching the news, you see how deep it goes when they go into the Epstein, to all the stuff that's going on to Bill Clinton, to Will Smith, that they talking about Oprah, to all these people that's in the black book. So you got to understand a lot of people that y'all are looking up to as role models ain't number wicked people, man, that's doing a lot of satanic stuff and sacrificing children and selling them and having sex with them, pedophiles. All this is going on. This is what running this country.
Just be on the lookout and be careful, man. Watch out.
Yeah, watch who you got. Watch your kids. You know, because like I said, he says about money.
Damn sure about money.
And it's about sickness, man. And these people are, you know, these people have to have it. It's like having a drug.
Yeah.
So these rich people can get their hands on all these little kids and then watch where they're getting them from. They're getting them from places like Haiti. They're getting them from all these poor countries because they feel like once they get these people that ain't got a name, people ain't gonna worry about them.
They'll not look for them.
Yeah. So like he said, stop going back to the fakeness of the white van and the white people come kidnapping black kids. That's not going on. Your own people is doing it too.
Child discipline, man. All three of us are fathers. And we go through our own experiences with our kids. And we just, we talk to ourselves all the time about this shit. So we just thought we would talk about it right here on the video. So, E, disciplining your son, how has your experience been? How have your experience been?
My experience been good raising my son. I taught him about life. I let him see a lot of stuff that went on. Like one day I took him to the hood. You know, seeing these kids, they were talking about robbing a guy. You know, and one time I told him, I said, look, them people gonna end up in jail or dead. I said, that's not the way to go. You know, that's all I can really do. My thing is showing reality. You know, I gotta show him reality and how the world really is. I'm not gonna fake it to him and want him to believe that the world is a fairy tale and everything is good. It's not.
Right.
Do you whoop your kids' ass, Smalls? Do you whoop your kids' ass?
I would ask when I feel it's needed. But other than that, I take things they value more away from, like phone, game, TV, lights.
I'm more of a taker from it. Yeah, I take games. I
Yeah,
sit them
take the
upstairs in
lights
the room.
too. Take the lights.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't
See,
like
they
the
take the
dark.
lights. God damn. They don't like the dark.
They don't like the dark.
All right, I might try that
They're
one.
cracking the door.
But like I said before, it's the matters with the kid, the personality.
Yeah.
You know, some you have to be more extreme with, some you have to be more communicative with. So it's like
Yeah, I got four.
I just think it's for me to beat them, pop some ass. I call it popping baby. For me to pop bacon, I gotta goddamn. It gotta be something.
Yeah, it gotta be something.
Yeah, only time I really try to whoop ass.
It gotta be something that's life to me.
That's real threatening to their life or somebody else's life.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it gotta warrant their ass whooping. You know what I'm saying?
But I'll pop
Like
some
I say something like bullying kids. You know,
I don't
stuff
like that.
that.
I don't go for that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
And the crazy thing, I got so many kids, right? Like I experienced that within them themselves. Like the older ones will try to, you know, bully the younger ones. But then my daughter Neil, like she probably bully everybody. You know what I mean? But for real, man, like when she go down there and say, okay, I'm looking at TV, pick the remote control up. You know, and I teach her, even though they older than you, that you can't just do that. You know,
I mean, to me, I think it's a lot of parents out here that celebrates their kids being thugs and gangsters.
I hate that.
Until
Yeah,
they die.
man.
And then when they die, they act like that their kid was good and that kid killed 2-3 people. And then she's not wondering why he got killed. And that's just what's going on a lot. And we got to start making these women and these men be responsible because they allowing their kids to go around and do this stuff. They acting like they're ignoring it. And then when their kid die, they act like it's supposed to be a great mourning over it. And for real, when these kids are becoming the terrorists of our hoods. These kids are killing other kids. These kids are shooting little babies. These people are shooting women. And it's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. We're not going to save people. But all we can do is wake up to certain people that we can wake up and get them to understand. Everybody else is going to follow with this shit, man. Everybody else is going to keep going with the trend and keep doing the same thing, and the same thing is going to keep happening.
That's real.
But the thing is, around your circle, can you change?
That's real. Like, that's why on my album I talk a lot about us looking in the mirror. You can find my album on all digital platforms. Good music near me. But
You find me on there too.
I try to I talk about looking at ourselves in the mirror because like we even we grew up fucked up, but at the same time we still had a good school to go to. You know what I'm saying? We a lot of the decisions we made we made it on our own and we could have went another way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely came up like from the slums, but I'm from the country, so when I did get back to the country, I could have had it
Way better.
What is it, magnificent? I could have had it great, but it was like I don't know, man. I just made a hell of a bad decision.
I'm gonna say a lot of my problem came from not me not knowing my dad, which was a lot of what other children go through when their father not around. They feel rejected, even if they have a man figure, and it causes anger. And like they said, when you angry against your father, you start to be angry against other black men. You know, and they start looking like them. And it's just certain things like you have to. I mean, you know, when you grow up now, when I got to about 30, you start realizing that life ain't about what everybody else think about you, how they care about you. It's about you getting yourself straight.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like I tell people, when you die, you the one that's gonna have to face everything you did, nobody else. So don't be a follower.
Yeah.
And teach your kid not to be a follower.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's easy to follow the crowd. Like, I think if we had more positive people pushing us in the right direction, shit would have went different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think we followed the people that we saw. You know what I'm saying? That like that's exactly what we did.
But I think about that too, and it's like I ain't really. I mean, I did when like, but as I got older, like as my mom them like started trying to get me away from it, and the first place they put me at was our women. You know what I mean? I go out there, but women it was slower, but it was the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. I ain't saying that's a downfall, because my mama thought I was gonna she was moving to the West End in Henrico. She was getting me away from the city life, you know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't want me over the East End. She ain't want me in the city, you know what I'm saying? Like, after we lost the house, you know what I'm saying? In Churchill and shit, we just moved from place to place. We moved from South Side, North Side, East End, West, you know what I'm saying? We was just bouncing. And she finally found a way to Whitman, and she thought everything was gonna be peaches and fucking cream, and it was completely.
You gotta realize anywhere black people at, except like the middle class, is gonna be messed up because of the system, and it was placed on us to be like this. But at the same time, you know, we gotta realize that music, TV, everything is an influence on us.
Yeah.
I gotta tell people, if you go to the 80s, what happened at the same time? Crack came. Scarface came. Then NWA came. Gangster rap came. All this came at the same time.
Yeah.
This ain't just a coincidence. You gotta understand that this stuff controls you, especially when you don't have a father, and then now you looking at these rappers and you looking at these people as role models. What they're nothing but entertainers.
Music culture does damn sure have a big influence on children and discipline. Like when I was coming up, you know what I'm saying?
It was Death Row and Bad Boys.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it was Death Row and Bad Boys, but it was also, goddamn it, my mama told my ass, my mama won't go in the back, and you damn sure couldn't go bad by yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You had to find a way to get that motherfucking CD if it had that explicit content on that bitch, and you look like a little kid. But now, you don't gotta hide it. You know what I'm saying? You can access that shit so fucking easily.
And if y'all watch the cartoons, man, they putting so much of this stuff. They putting so much homosexuality. They putting so much violence. They putting so much stuff in this stuff, man. That look, just like the rap game right now. The rap game ain't never been like it was. Let's talk about the rap game, because we grew up around Death Row. We grew up in, yes, it was a lot of gangster stuff going on, but a lot of these people we knew was actors. It wasn't about like that. But now, you got motherfuckers that's really gangsters, really killing people that's rapping, and that's role models to other children. And these kids want to be like them. They want to be killers like these people, man. When they kill Duck, I'm gonna speak on when they kill Duck, it's people that don't even know it. They don't even be in Chicago. There's nowhere near there that talks about smoking Duck. You know what I'm saying? And it just, I mean, you know, people do what you want to do, but I'm just saying, I'm just showing the influence of it. I'm just showing the influence of Now and what these industries is doing is getting these rappers. They're doing 360 deals with them. So now when these rappers get killed, guess what? They get the money, and they profit on because more people dead. They're worth more. They're worth more dead than alive. And Biggie already said that.
And because especially, and it ain't even like they making it to be Biggie level. You know what I'm saying? It's just they dying before they even really reach success. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like soon as they get a little bit of glory, make the wrong song, they die.
And this is when, do you know how much rappers, man, just not Chicago, do you know how much rappers in New York, to California, to Georgia, to DC, to Virginia? I'm talking about, man, it's people dying in masses of
and the crazy shit is
rap, man.
New York drill rap kind of taking over now since Pop Smoke. When once Pop Smoke got popped, New York drill rap got real popular. You know what I'm saying? And it's a culture, man. Like, it's a whole culture. It's whoever the hottest right now, whoever the hottest that's really about that shit, you know what I'm saying, that's really in that shit, that's who they gonna show winning. And it's a setup by this fucking industry, man. It's all, I mean, like, they are profiting off our deaths. And that's, I mean, like, it ain't no exaggeration. I'm not,
because
that's exactly
the
what
problem
it is.
The problem is the parents. The problem is the parents. The problem is our community. The problem is we ignore.
It's a multitude of all of it.
There's
though.
A lot of stuff that we ignore that's going on in our community. There's a lot of stuff, and then we support it. You see what I'm saying? And then we don't understand what's the difference between reality and entertainment anymore. And now people, because the fans have forced the rappers to be realer.
Yeah.
The fans have forced this. The fans have told you ain't never killed nobody, so don't rap about killing. So now it's niggas that kill people, and now they rap about it, and they are the role. Do you understand? They are the role models for our children now. Our children wants to be these people. And I tell my son this: you can love any music you want to love, but understand that's entertainment. Don't try to be like that, because a lot of them rappers, man, they are asking for help, but they're not asking for it. And you can see the struggle and the problem that's going on. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of this stuff that's going on is revenge. These people killing somebody else, and killing somebody else, and killing somebody else. And we got to find a way to stop that. And I don't know how it's gonna stop, because you know, once you go too far, killing somebody's brother or killing somebody's friend, man, how can you ask for peace?
Like,
it's hard.
All right, man. Child discipline. That's a strong topic, man. We can go on and on about that for hours. The local music scene, man. Me, but small. What's going on in the local music?
I was browsing on Facebook, I got them. And I seen Chill Will and Tiller the God. They going at it. So it's basically like promoter versus artist type thing. And they need to cut the shit. Cut it out.
Cut this shit, man.
Cut the shit.
Cut this shit. Like, I understand. I know everybody. Everybody got their brands. Everybody got to hold up for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Somebody say something about you, especially on Facebook, man. You gonna have to come back, man, because everybody got their brand, and you got to stand behind your brand.
I just saying, if it ain't that serious to well, nobody down or nobody needs to die, just squash it, man.
And I'm telling you,
because Richmond already divided. We already divided.
Yeah, we already splitting up.
We already divided. We're the smallest capital in the United States, and we divided. You see what I'm saying? We ain't even together. How we this close together and we don't like each other? And that's what we gotta start fixing. Man.
Hey, but I'm gonna keep it funky. Zim Digital smoke that jump, bro.
Yeah,
Zim with hell on that jump, bro. I think Artillery need to respond. I don't care how big.
Now, if it's about music,
I don't care. I don't care what happens, because Zim smoked that track, yo, and
just keep it music. Y'all trying to make money. You trying to get your family out the hood.
With
do
the
that.
new one?
Huh?
You got a new one too.
I don't know. I just talking about that first one I heard.
But see, I'm gonna make an example of people. I'm gonna make an example of people. Duck. Like I watched Duck for a long time. FBG Duck, and he got to a point, man, where he was trying to squash a lot of the stuff.
He was.
But it's crossed the line already. Like I said, how can you got to understand, once you get into that cross the line, it's not no let's squash
no turning back.
Because the person that you killed, that motherfucking family ain't gonna just forgive you for that.
Yeah.
So this is the thing we trying to get to understand. Don't let the beef get to that. Before it get to that, squash it if it's not that serious. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, even though it's his backstory is a lot of serious stuff that happened. You know what I'm saying, back in that backstory. But I'm just saying before you even get to that point, because this man was trying to take care of his family, he was trying to get out, he was trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? And every time a person like him dies, the community falls back into
that beef.
back into that state again.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that love him and they gonna be ready to retaliate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
They probably already doing that.
before we get to the rumbling, man, I mean, I don't know if y'all feel like y'all men and y'all got a box, man, go ahead, box it out, shoot the one, and let it be that, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't take that shit no further, man. We don't need that shit in the city, man. We don't need that shit nowhere, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need y'all to come get that shit together, because I don't think, like, from what I see in the beef, I damn sure don't really think that it is that big of an issue where y'all need to take it any further, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that Facebook shit, that shit just go get niggas all prideful, get niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, man, this nigga put it on public display. Like, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta hold my goddamn brain. Anything else anybody else want to talk about?
Alpo. I've been wanting to talk about this nigga for a minute.
Speak your piece on Apple. I have no idea.
Alpo the snitch.
Speak, yeah.
Paid in full. Counter on
Okay,
road.
all right, bet. All right. Apple.
This man being able to walk around Harlem, and some people, them motherfuckers praising him like a motherfucker, and he a goddamn cop.
I mean, he was a grabbing one, right?
Yeah.
People go have they. I'm telling you, people go have they pick.
I think
People
that movie
like
did.
Omar.
I think
Omar
that
was the
movie
snitch,
did.
and The Wire. Omar was the snitch.
I ain't know that.
Yeah, Omar snitched.
But see, you gotta
Who
realize.
snitched on?
He snitched. I forgot who the fuck he snitched on. They
I
killed.
don't remember him snitching.
He did snitch when they killed. I want to say when they killed the blind dude at the bar, and we went off.
I think he said he ain't do it.
No, Omar snitched. I remember. He ain't give a fuck though. He was like, come do something. You know what I'm saying? He ain't give a fuck.
I mean, but see, we talking about somebody that been in prison for like what, 20 years?
Who?
Alpo.
Apple. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of them people is gone, and they older, they have families.
He ain't snitch on nobody in New York, but everybody knows he's
I mean, but he still killed people.
Listen to me,
He
y'all.
still got people killed in New York. I'm just saying, and he is a killer, so it's like, and ain't like people just go walk up to him and say you're a rat. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll kill him or get him killed. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that it been so long that just like us, we ain't thinking the same way we thought at 20 years old.
What I'm gonna say is
Right.
that no snitch culture, for the most part, is a lie.
Yeah, of course.
Cause most of the people that's running around here saying this no snitching
It's the ones that do.
they snitching. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't
Yeah,
agree
but-
with Akon saying about 6ix9ine, but I do agree with this. We pick and choose who we want to. You know what I'm saying?
Not me.
I ain't saying you. I'm talking about when I say you. I'm talking about
'Cause if
society
you're
as a
talking about
whole.
snitching, T.I. would be a snitch.
I heard T.I. defense lawyer.
No, I'm talking about him being on Crime Stoppers and telling people called Crime Stoppers. That's snitching.
Yeah, that's dry snitching. Yeah, it's dry snitching.
But what I'm saying is, it's in real life, in reality, the way I look at it now, it's not wrong. You see what I'm saying? Like, you supposed to be telling them to get these killers off the street.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm 50-50 with it. Only
It's-
reason I
only
have
reason it's
against
wrong
him is because
It's
what he
because
did.
it's because only reason it's wrong
And he
is
had to get in
because
trouble to do it.
I think as far as with snitching go, and I don't experience this personally. I had a close friend. We was in the same group together. We was tight. We rode together every day. He snitched on somebody I ain't know, and we are no longer friends. I don't want nothing to do with him. And it's just like this. Don't get in something.
you ain't ready for it.
If you get in trouble, you would tell.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane. So I don't.
So
agree
let's
with
go
this.
to what is a snitch. See, that's what I think people don't
Now,
No, because I think
somebody that's raping kids,
Uh-huh.
fucking with women,
Uh-huh.
that's different. But if it's some street shit like drug gang,
What if it's some drug gang shit that happened to spill over to an innocent child? What
I
do you do
mean-
then?
That-
I mean, I like I say, I can say that again. I just experienced that, like probably a couple months ago, and I'm I can't go and do nothing like that because I know it was it was it was on some other shit, which I understand what y'all saying, but I just couldn't get involved with some shit like that. You feel me? Where it would be able, it could jeopardize one of mine. You feel me?
And I understand that.
Yeah, I'm understand that. But what I was see, what I say when I mean what is a snitch, what I mean is if it's a person that's not in the streets and motherfuckers see a person killing somebody and you're not a gangster, you're not in the streets, you're not doing nothing, that person not a snitch. That person somebody that wants their community cleaned up and getting tired of these motherfuckers.
No, that's not.
I'm just saying.
A snitch is you saying it correctly. A snitch is somebody who's in the drug gang.
But that's not what everybody. But that's not what everybody calls a snitch. Because if you go to the mafia, if you go to a lot of these things that go on, they kill the witnesses. They kill the people.
Yeah.
Even though they call them casualties, they still kill them.
They die.
You see what I'm saying? So
even if you accidentally seen it, you did.
So, and that's why people don't tell because they're worried about getting killed. You see what I'm saying? By these people that's in their community, and that's why I keep saying you got to fix this community up first. You got to get them out of here. And because if they gonna keep killing and killing and killing, I mean, you get the police out of here. You get the police out of here. You know how crazy this shit gonna get.
And then it's like this too. And then it's like this too. Like I don't believe in turning. Like I don't been in trouble where I had to turn myself in. I don't believe in that neither. I believe in make the police do their job, so I'm more on that.
Is it the vibe we have with the police? Is the history of the police?
Because
like we don't fuck with the police.
I think the law. I think just to me, I think that's why a lot of overseas laws are more stricken and let it be lesser stuff. Because I believe if you kill a child, you should die. If you shoot a fucking kid, you die. If you rape a woman, you die. If you molest kids, you die.
If you rape a woman. Or you mess with kids, you should get. I don't think they should die. That's too easy.
Damn.
I think they should get their privates cut off.
Oh yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah, and let them live without it.
Yeah,
that's real.
Let them live without it. Whatever you do, you let them suffer from that. It's eye for eye, damn.
I wouldn't let them out though, but I cut on.
Nah, don't let him out. He suffer without a penis.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I just think that's it has to. I mean, I believe it should get to that. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody like Tuskegee Williams, like when he got, I believe that won't even because of the crimes he did. It's just because of who he was.
Yeah, it was an example.
And then we got to realize too, America's so fucked up that you can't just go and straight kill somebody that raped somebody because that motherfucker ain't do it.
Yeah.
Hey, let's run up a milli.
Run that shit then. Let's go. I'm with it. Can I see me if your glasses work like they was 3D?
Yeah, you can stop in there. I don't want to get that jump. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but that must was a flitch or something in that video. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed that part. You know, that's the things we were doing. We were trying to get a podcast going. We were trying to do different things that everybody else was doing. You know, everybody else was trying to do entertainment and all that. We were trying to talk about real subjects. We got interviews too with actors and local people around the way, and we talking to them about real issues. I'm letting these rappers know, and you can see me letting them know that, look, your lyrics mean something. People look up to y'all. So watch what y'all saying. And a lot of them agree to it. You know, it's Life, Death, Conflict TV. All right, but we will get to this presentation, mental issues. Let's go. I'm going into a little detail on it. Like I said before, a lot of our family members and stuff, man, you know, we were growing up, I just always heard this person got a problem, this person just crazy, and we don't understand what was really wrong with them. Why did this person commit suicide later on? Why did this person kill people? Why did this person always got a temper and angry? And, you know, it's a lot of things that happens. Okay, mental health issues, break it down, the causes, and the causes, the issues, and how it affects them. The first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna break down what it is. Got a kid in the back. Okay, what is mental illness? Mental illness are health conditions involving changes in emotion, thinking, and behavior. Mental illness are associated with distress and or problems functioning in social work and family activities. Nearly one in five, 19% U.S. adults experience some form of mental illness. One in 24, 4.1%, has a serious mental illness. One in 12, 8.5%, are diagnosed substance use disorder. Mental illness is treatable. The vast majority of individuals with mental illness continue to function in their daily lives. So the ones that think and feel like they got a problem, I know a lot, and they never went to get help because they feel like it's gonna make them feel like they're crazy. They don't want people to know they're taking this and this and that. But understand you can live with these things that's going on with you, man. Don't try to do it yourself and live a long life of struggling and not being at the potential as you're supposed to be. Okay, let's go to the next one. Now, hope more people come on here and listen, man, because it's like y'all only want to listen to drama. When y'all go start listening to how we gonna fix our people, this is what we got to start listening to. All right, anxiety disorder. Now, the reason I picked this because I know a lot of people with anxiety. I know a woman that had anxiety, and she used to tell me, and I was one of the people that grew up, man. Like, man, it's just anxiety. It's just a mental thing, man. Just, it's in your head. I was one of them people. You know what I'm saying? And when I started researching on these things, I was like, this stuff is more serious than people think it is. Okay, when somebody say they anxiety, you got to understand there's more things than just a person just panicking a little. It's way more stuff than that. Okay, let's go to the anxiety disorder. Anxiety disorders is a group of mental health orders that includes generalized anxiety disorders, social phobias, specific phobias. Example, y'all see the two words, agoraphobia and claustrophobia. Panic disorders, obsessive compulsive disorder, and post traumatic stress disorder. Untreated anxiety disorder can lead to significant impairment on people's daily lives. So this is what we gotta understand too. So a lot of these things are under anxiety disorder. There's a lot of these thing categories under it. So when people say I got this, I got this, I got that, understand this is all under one category, but it's different seriousness of it and it's different effects of what it does to you. So like you can see that PTSD is actually under anxiety, but it's a different kind and it causes different effects and it's from different reasons. Okay. So let's go to the next one. Thank you, Malachi Israel. That's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to get it to, to more stuff, man, that can help out people, man, because it's like we only stuck on certain things, man. We got to get to as long as the white man pump men into hip hop. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. And they ain't gonna never let us control it. JJ, have you ever seen a spirit? That would be a great show. Yeah, yeah, that would be a great show too, because I got a discussion on that too. But let's get back to this. The word origin in French as well as in the Romance language, anxiety is often differentiated from agosis, anguish, from the Latin Angustia. Sometimes the two terms are considered synonymous of some authors. More frequently, a nuance in established anxiety designates an psychological feeling, whereas anguish designates the somatic Experience. Joseph Levi Velisi, in 1943, a professor of psychiatry in Paris who died, defined anxiety in his textbook of psychiatry as a dark and distressing feeling of expectation, describing as including the psychological and cognitive aspects of worrying in contrast. And go see was defined as an experience of spastic. So I'm just showing you that these people named these words and where it came from, a little bit of the origin of it. We go to the next one. Okay, how anxiety affects the body. Okay. Um, Anxiety disorders can cause rapid heart rate, palpitations, and chest pain. You may also be at increased risk of high blood pressure and heart disease. And if you already have heart disease, anxiety disorders may raise the risk of coronary events. So this is what I'm telling you. It's not just a mental thing. This is something that can affect your body. This is something that can make you cause heart attacks and organ damages. And that's why I put the picture of that. Look at the problems that this caused to the body, to the organs. This is how serious this really is. And see, what happened is we get a lot of these things, man, and not understanding through years and years and years and years of doing this. You could be 40, 50 years old and get it and not understand it. This could happen from 20 years of you doing this. Because anxiety does other things too. It make you eat the wrong food. It make you sleep a lot. It makes you not exercise. It makes you not want to do a lot of things. So anxiety of extreme anxiety harms you a lot more than what people think it is. It's not just a problem of the mental thing where you just panicking all the time. No, it causes physical harm to you too. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, anxiety affects the brain. And you see what it does? This disrupted sleep pattern, emotional distress, poor eating habits, attention and focus, learning and recall, short-term memory, word finding. This is all with anxiety. You see what I'm saying? This is the things that it does, man. And we got to start understanding what we see, because it gets worse and worse and worse when you don't help or when you don't get help. And when you sitting there looking at this person, oh, this person has got anxiety, and you see them panicking and you see stuff happening, understand that it does a physical and mental thing every time that happens to them. So they need to get help. Stop acting like they have to toughen up. And that's our problem. How anxiety affects the brain. Pathological anxiety and chronic stress lead to structural, degenerational, and impaired functioning of the hippocampus and the PFC, which may account for the increased risk of developing psychotic disorders, including depression and dementia. So they're saying this is caused more of depression and dementia. This actually can mess with your memory to a point, man. Listen, y'all gotta understand this. This is real serious. This is just anxiety. Okay, this is just anxiety. This is a main thing a lot of people have and diagnosed with, and we walk around every day not getting no help on these things. I know a lot of people with it, men and women, but specifically mostly women that I know that have these things. And the crazy thing is, the most of the women knows. Most women do get help for it. The men don't. And that's why a lot of these things going on in the street, a lot of this killing going on, a lot of this fighting going on, and doing a lot of things. This stuff is because of mental issues. It ain't just because they want to just be gangsters. It's things that's happening with them too. It's things that happen when you're a child. It's things you happen growing up. It's peer pressure. It's bullying. It's all different type of things that happen that cause these effects to you. Okay, let's go to the next one. Things that cause anxiety. These are things that cause it. Family history of mental health conditions, and that's why I said through genes, man. This is like, say in your family don't nothing happen, right? Now say that you end up getting high blood pressure or a heart disease. You can pass that on. So a lot of these diseases and things they cause that they name, you can pass it on through generations. Your grandkids, your son, your great great grandkids can have these things. That's why we got to start fixing these things and try to prevent it before it even happens. Some people who experience anxiety conditions may have a genetic predisposition towards I have all symptoms, they are bad. Well, brother, if you got symptoms, go get help. I'm just trying to tell you, don't be no tough gangster dude because that's how we was taught in the streets, man. Spiritual warfare that's given medical term. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm just giving one. We already gave the spiritual side. I'm just giving one side, the other side of it. Okay, peace, JJ. Some people who experience anxiety conditions may have genetic predisposition predisposition towards anxiety. Yeah, hey, well, come on here. If I finish the presentation and explain how it really feels as a person that has goes through it. All right, and these conditions can sometimes run in the family. However, having a parent or close relative experience anxiety or other mental health conditions doesn't mean you'll automatically develop anxiety, meaning you're not going to automatically get it, but it can be a chance that it passes down genetically, okay? Personality factors. Research suggests that people with certain personality traits are more likely to have anxiety. For example, children who are perfectionists, easily flustered, timid, inhibited, lack self-esteem, or want to control everything. Sometimes develop anxiety during childhood, abstinence, or as adults. Meaning basically they don't want to fail, or they don't want to be a failure, or they feel like a failure. You see what I'm saying? And these are the things. These are two things right here. I got another one when we slide down. I got some more causes of it. I feel satanic. Yes, I do understand. We got to fix it. We got to fix your. I think things attack you in multiplicity, and meaning your spirit gets attacked, your mind gets attacked, and your physical gets attacked, and you got to fix all three. Don't just fix the spirit, fix the physical part too, fix the mental part too, because we got to fix all these. So when the anxiety stress tie in with stress, yes, but it's like all these are under the same categories, but they different. They all different. Some of them come from different things, and they cause a lot of different other things. And you know what I mean. But a lot of these tie from the same conditions. It's just some are more severe and some are not. Some cause suicidal, some cause other people killing, some cause people who just want to sit in the house and don't want to talk to nobody, and sit around, don't want to work, don't want to do things. All these are different causes of it. And see what happens when we hear a name and we only understand one way, we think, oh, he just depressed. Oh, he just this, or he just that. Well, he might don't even be depressed. It might be a whole nother mental thing that's wrong with him that's even more serious than you think it is, because you are trying to diagnose him yourself instead of talking to him and seeing if he can get help. Okay, we go to the next one. All right. Some more things. Ongoing stressful events. JJ, that's right there for you. JJ answered one of the ongoing stressful events. Anxiety conditions may develop because of one or more stressful life events. Common triggers include work stress or job change, change in living arrangements, pregnancy and giving birth, family and relationship problems, major emotional shock following a stressful or traumatic event, verbal, sexual, physical, emotional abuse or trauma, death or loss of loved one, chronic physical health problems, chronic physical illness can also contribute to anxiety conditions or impact on the treatment of either the anxiety or the physical illness itself. Common chronic conditions associated with anxiety conditions include diabetes, asthma, hypertension, and heart disease. So this is what I'm trying to say. We think that all this heart disease and diabetes stuff just come from eating. It can actually just come from stress. It can come from anxiety. It can come from mental. Your mental controls your body. And I say your soul controls your mental. So that's why you have to get all three fixed. You have to worry about all three, not just one part. And this way, and this is what the slave master knew when they got the slave. I cannot just enslave these people physically. I have to enslave them, what you would call spiritually or soul wise, and I have to control them physically, mentally, and spiritually. I have to do that. Okay. Signs of GAD, this is called a general anxiety disorder. Now I'm going from the lowest to the serious, because there's different types of these things. It's not just one type. And see, that is crazy. It's so much different other things under one name. It's so much. That's why I couldn't get all of it. You know what I mean? That's why I'm getting the ones that I understand is going on with our people. Symptoms of GAD include feeling restless, wound up or on edge, being easily fatigued, having difficulty concentrating, being irritable, having headaches, muscle aches, stomach aches, and unexplained pains, difficulty controlling feelings or worry, having sleep problems such as difficulty falling or staying asleep. Let me tell you, when I had my first heart attack, it was so much trauma to me having it. I wasn't sleep. Anything that happened, I didn't sleep. You know what I'm saying? They literally had to give me some pills to help me go to sleep, because what happened is I won't go to sleep. Then I started getting insomnia. Then it started physically messing with me. Then I started feeling pain. I started feeling funny in my legs. It's a lot of stuff that comes with this, man. There's a lot of stuff. Okay, let's go to the next. So what makes the diagnosis? Really, that's why I say you should go to a professionalist. You should go to somebody that know how to diagnose you, because it's just like the physical part. You don't want to have something wrong with your leg. Like I know somebody right now that has something wrong with their leg. I'm not gonna say the person. They had something, their leg was swollen. They thinking it's water in their legs. They think it's fluid in their legs. But the whole time they had blood clots. And now they're in the hospital for certain things because it wasn't that. Because they try to die, because people around them or them try to diagnose it themselves. And they can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But if you understand that certain things happening and it feels serious, go see the problem. Because what we have, I understand as Black people, we don't trust doctors. And I'm saying we shouldn't trust nobody, but we should understand that these people have specialities to be able to tell you what you have. And maybe you can do fix it, because you do some home remedy or herbs or something like that to certain things, because now you know what it is. That's your choice. Okay, this panic disorder. This is part of designer. This is the panic part. This is most people, what people see have. Pounding of racing heart, sweating, trembling or tingling, pain, chest pain, feeling of impending doom, feeling of being out of control. Now, I've had this before, and I told you I didn't take it as serious as other people took it. Yeah, like I said, it's out of control. So when we gotta understand this. Again, I'm gonna say it again. Everything is spiritual, mental, and physical. I'm not gonna teach nobody nothing that's just spiritual. That's just not gonna never be me. I did that before with my friend. I told my friend, don't be taking them pills, and he died. So people can feel the way they want to feel about it. That's your choice. But understand, when you tell somebody something and something happens, is on your hands, okay? That's all I'm trying to tell people. All right, so these are things that pulmonary embolism. Yes. Yeah. You see, I'm trying to go to the scientific part. I'm trying to go to the part that's really affecting the physical part. Like I said, people already talked about the spiritual part, so I don't have to talk about the spiritual part. We talk about the physical part. Okay. We go to the next one. Like I tell people, blood clots ain't spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Blood clots not spiritual. Certain things that happen to you mentally ain't spiritual. When somebody get molested, that's not spiritual. When somebody get raped, that ain't spiritual. That's a physical thing that happened that mentally messes with your brain. Okay? So social anxiety disorder, blushing, sweating or trembling, pounding of racing heart, stomach aches, rigid body posture of speaking with an overly soft voice, get difficulty making eye contact or being around people they don't know, feeling of self-consciousness or fear that the people will judge them negatively. Again, this is another thing that happens, and this is why I'm trying to show you this. So when you see people doing this, man, understand that it, because we'll get to the point we say, well, that's just them. It might don't be them. That's why you hear these women who might, or men that might be lesser to rape for years and years, and they never tell nobody, and you wonder why they act like this, and then all of a sudden they come out and tell you what happened, and you're like, oh, this is why. See, this is what I'm trying to say, and we got to stop paying attention because people try to hold these things back, especially men, because what man wants to go to another man and tell him that he was touched, especially by another man, okay? Agoraphobia, agoraphobia. Using public transportation, being in open spaces, being in enclosed spaces, standing in line and being in crowds, being outside of the home alone. And see, this is the things I fight with too. Just one of the things I fight with, I don't want to be around people. I don't trust people. I don't like being around crowds of people. And I had to fight this every day because it's hard to work. It's hard to want to go and do stuff because you have to deal with people. And the way to get rid of these things, you have to fight it. You have to understand this is the only way you can fight something. You understand it's a problem. Things that can help, but please still see mental specialists. Okay, see a mental specialist. Okay, don't stop listening to these people that tell you these people ain't gonna help you. None of that. I used to listen to these people. I had a heart attack, and none of these people could tell me how to stop having a damn heart attack or help my heart. So I trust in these doctors. And these doctors have been keeping me alive while my friends been dying from heart attacks. So don't trust out men who is not specialized in these things. All right, keep physically active. Develop a routine so that you're physically active most of the days of the week. Avoid alcohol and recreational drugs. Quit smoking and cut back or quit drinking caffeinated beverages. Use stress management and relaxation techniques. Make a sleep a priority and eat healthy. Okay, and these are things that help with anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Anxiety, panicking, stuff like that. And you see these little things that we do, these are things we do every day. Just imagine what you do in your whole life. You go and eat the wrong foods. You go and drink. You go and put caffeine in your body. You go and put smoke in your body. You do all this every single day. These things can cause these things. These things can make these things develop more faster. These things do not help you. We use these drugs and we use things to think it's gonna hide our feelings and hide our emotions and hide things. All it does is temporarily helps you, and that's it. When you come back, you even worse. Okay, PTSD. What is it? The prevalence of PTSD and the other mental disorders is a high conflict affected setting. PTSD may develop following exposure to extreme, threatening, or horrific events and series of events. It is characterized by all of the following: re-experiencing a traumatic event of events in the present, intrusive memories, flashbacks, and nightmares, avoidance of thoughts and memories of events, or avoidance of activities, situations, or people reminiscent of the events, and persistent perceptions of heightened current threat. These symptoms persist for at least several weeks and cause significant impairment in functioning. Effective psychological treatment exists. So this is another mental thing that really affects the people, to flashback nightmares, stuff like that. Like I told Kareem before, I've talked to killers. I sat down with killers. Killers sat down and talked with me and told me about the nightmares they have and told me about the things that made them affected to where they don't want to go to sleep. Okay, and physical thing, I had a stroke already one time before. The anxiety triggers a spot in your upper left hand organ and it causes your whole body to become weak. Your energy levels are way too low. Yes, you know what I'm saying? So let's go to the next one. Okay, history of PTSD. Brief history of PTSD diagnosed. Like I had a friend that go to the army, right? And he sat there beside me one day. He said, "Brother, man, I feel like I'm going to hell because I've killed people in the army." And I told him, "Man, only God knows where you're going." I tell people, don't listen to these people, man. Don't listen to these people. Who are they? They're not God. Who are these people to tell you where you're going? Who are these people to tell you how to think? Who are these people to tell you this? Okay? Your life depends on you. When you go see God, you have to answer to God yourself. So anything you want to question, any problems you have, anything that you dealing with is going to be on you, and you have to fix it. Don't let nobody else tell you anything other than that. A lot of liquids cause heart pain, joint pain, sea moss, or your body can handle the black sea oil and oil or organic. Thank you for putting some things out there. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for putting some things out there for people to look at. 40-year-old experimental America Tuskegee study. Okay. Um, Brief history of PTSD diagnosed. The risk of exposure to trauma has been a part of the human condition since we evolved as species. Attacks by saber-toothed tigers of 21st century terrorists have probably produced similar psychological sequel in the survivors of such violence. Shakespeare appears to meet many, and not all of the diagnostic criteria for post-traumatic stress disorder, as have other heroes and heroines throughout the world. Lecture. The history of the development of the PhD concept is described by Trimble. Okay, and like I said, he was so bad with the PTSD, my guy, and he one of the people that found Saddam, right? And this shit damaged him so much. I'm talking about you can drop a pin on the ground, he's grabbing for his gun. And he is good now, and I'm glad you're good, my brother. He's good now. He's doing it. He got his own business. He take care of his family. He's doing everything right because he went and understood that he had a mental problem. Okay? And he ain't never been spiritual. Straight mental. Okay? He ain't never been no spiritual person, none of that. And he listens to me every day, and he follows my posts and all that. And I'm glad he does. And I'm glad the people that do. Okay? Who can have PTSD? Anyone can develop PTSD at any age. This includes war veterans, children, and people who have been through a physical and sexual assault, abuse, accident, disaster, or other serious events. According to the National Center of PTSD, about 7 or 8 out of every 100 people will experience PTSD at some point in their lives. Now, let me tell you, these people in the streets that's going to killing each other, that's going to war, they're having these things. That's why they commit suicide. That's why they going out what you call crash out, where they just kill you in front of police officers, killing you in front of police station, letting the police kill them. They can't take a lot of this stuff. This stuff was really supposed to be for war. Our people in the street are not at war. You are not tribes. You are not army men. You are not fighting for no nation. You have been tricked by the system to hate your brother, and that's what it is. And until you love your brother, man, until we get back to loving and loving our people and loving the black family, this shit is going to keep getting worse. And our children is going to keep dying and committing suicide. And it's not going to fix nothing. And we can't keep bashing them. We can't keep telling them how bad they are. We got to tell them we understand. Okay? How PTSD affects the body. Anyone can develop PTSD. Oh, well, I already put this up. But this is the picture of the whole body, you know what I'm saying, how it messes with the body, the nervous system, the heart, shell shock, everything. Because I tell people, anything, yes, that can attack you to your soul will destroy your whole body. Because your soul controls your conscious, which controls your mind, which controls your brain, which your brain controls your body. It's that simple. And they been knew this. Why you think they're doing this MK Ultra? Why you think they study on your brain and mind and stuff? They understand this. Okay, we can go to the next one. How PTSD affects the brain. Okay. The amygdala, known as the center of the emotions, plays a key role in the regulation of emotions, memories, and survival instincts. When the original organisms is present, which are potentially harmful stimulus from the environment. The amygdala reacts by alerting the body's fight, flight, and freeze response. Another brain region that is altered in victims. In victims with chronic PTSD is the executive functioning center, the prefrontal cortex, which works with the amygdala and regulated emotional and behavior. It plays an important role in accomplishing goals, abstracted thinking, self-control, and behavior. Okay, so look, these are the things that it does to the brain. So I'm showing you what it does to the brain. I'm showing you what it does to the body. I'm showing you that it's not just a spiritual thing. I'm showing you it's not just a soul thing. And if y'all think that y'all could just keep reading a book to somebody and they think they're supposed to heal them from that era, then y'all are wrong. It is other things they need. Okay? Everybody's not going to heal like that. And it's that simple. If you want to go that way, that's your choice. But I'm trying to figure out why my people are going through this. Because if it was that easy just to be a spiritual thing, we should have been fixed. Okay, let's go to the next one. All right, this is the signs again. Agitation, irritability, hostility, hypervigilance, self-destructive behavior, and social isolation, flashback, fear, severe anxiety and mistrust, loss of interest or pleasure in activities, guilt or loneliness, insomnia or nightmares, emotional detachment or unwanted thoughts. So these are the signs. Listen to your people. I just seen a video of a girl. They had to walk her and her whole family was crying because she committed suicide. And they said every single day she was happy, she was smiling, and they didn't understand. Because people try to hide it. Because who wants to keep going to somebody and say, I need help, something is wrong with me. Oh, ain't nothing wrong with you. Oh man, it's mental, man. Oh, it's spiritual, man. This come on, man, you can do this. No, they need help. Suicide is one of the main things of our people are dying. Suicide. Okay, heart disease. which we understand now, it ain't just coming from food. It's coming from these mental things that control the body, okay? Treatments of PTSD. For PTSD, therapy often is used along the exposure therapy. Exposure therapy, this behavioral therapy helps you safely face both situations and memories that can find frightening so you can learn to cope with them effectively. Exposure therapy can be partly helpful for flashbacks and nightmares. When you have PTSD, it might feel like you'll never get your life back, but it can be treated short and long term. Okay. Psychotherapy and medicines can work very well. Often the two kinds of treatments are more effective together. Okay. So this is what I'm trying to tell people, like, if you wanna go a certain way, then go that way. But what I'm telling you is, at least get diagnosed. At least understand what you have. Because what you have, you know you can fight it. You want to fight it yourself, that's your choice. My thing is not telling nobody what to do. I don't tell people what to do. And that's the problem with everybody. I don't tell people what to do. I tell people to question things, and I tell people to do what you think is best for you. Because when you die, them same people that's telling you stuff ain't gonna come see you. Have them people. When my cousin died, she was in the house for 5-10 years. Nobody was coming to see her. I was seeing her every day. She was crying to me about how she was lonely, how none of her people, she died. All these people all of a sudden pop up at the funeral want to cry. And this is the thing that I have a problem with. And this is why I keep saying this. Because if you go care why the people is alive, man. Don't care why they die. Don't try to tell the people what their problem is. Listen to what their problem is and see if you can get them help, or talk them to them and get help. Now let's go to the next one. All right, now this is a one right here that I seen. It's under schizophrenic, right? But it's crazy because it's from drugs, and I didn't know drugs really did this. You know what I'm saying? So this is one of the things that caught me off guard. It's called substance-induced psychotic disorder. Substance-induced psychotic disorder. A substance-induced psychotic disorder is a mental health condition in which the onset of your psychotic episodes or psychotic disorder symptoms can be traced to starting and stopping using alcohol or a drug, onset during intoxication, or onset during withdrawal. You can experience psychotic episodes just when you're using or just when you are not using. You may even develop this disorder when you're recovery from a substance use disorder. So they're telling you there's certain these drugs cause psychotic disorder. It can actually cause schizophrenia. It can actually make you hallucinate for a minute. You see what I'm saying? For a time being, just from trying to get off these things. Because if y'all don't know about drugs, I used to sell drugs when I was younger. I seen the change. I seen a woman become a regular woman and then take these drugs, and certain drugs that I used to sell to her, and she was a zombie. She was walking around half dead. She was drinking alcohol. I'm not talking about beer. I'm talking about alcohol in people's bathrooms just to get high. And it was my people's mama. It was my family members. I seen the destruction. Okay, what drugs most like gives you SIPD? What drugs can send you into psychosis? The drugs are often reported in cases of drug-induced psychosis and are most likely to result in psychotic symptoms, including methamphetamine, psychedelic drugs such as LSD, and club drugs such as ecstasy and MDMA. Okay, so these are mild alternate drugs, and what you don't understand about ecstasy, because let me tell you something. I took a lot of these drugs. I took ecstasy. I took things like this. These drugs stick on you. Acid sticks on you to where 10 years from now you can actually hallucinate from that drug. Just look it up. I'm just telling you. Look what ecstasy does to your brain. They would tell you actually put a quarter hole in your brain if you did it enough. Okay. These things are real harm. These not even drug. If you want to be real, they're not even drugs. They're synthetic drugs. I mean, they laboratory made. They're not even from a plant. Okay, let's go to the, and LSD is actually a drug that they use in MK Ultra. So that's what I'm saying. So that's a mind altering drug. Okay, so be careful with them drugs, man. All right, physical effects of drugs: shallow breathing, elevated body temperature, rapid heart rate, increased blood pressure, insomnia, drowsiness, slurred speech, decreased or increased appetite, or uncoordinated movements. Okay, these are the physical effects of these drugs. All right, mental effects of drug abuse: difficulty concentrating, irritability, irritability. My bad, I'm kind of aggressiveness, angry outbursts, lack of inhibition, and hallucinations. Okay, so this they saying that you could still hallucinate trying to get all these drugs too. You can actually have these things getting off certain one of these drugs, and it's getting to a point. Our people ain't just taking crack and coke, man. Our people taking ecstasy. Our people taking medicine, prescription medicine. People are taking Xanax. They don't even know Xanax is a chemical imbalance pill. That shit is for people with depression. You're taking depression, we taking mental pills to get high off of and think it don't supposed to do nothing to you. Okay, this is long-term effects from PTSD. This effects of the body, not the mind or the spirit, the body. Kidney damage, liver damage, cirrhosis, various forms of cancer, tooth decay. Well, no, this is not PTSD. My bad. This is the substance abuse thing. Skin damage, infertility, stroke, seizures, sexual dysfunction, cardiovascular problems, lung problems, overdose and drug, then death. And then check this out, right? Let's say you have anxiety. Let's have you have a PTSD. Now you're taking drugs to try to hide it. Now, not only is these drugs not helping you, they're causing more damage on top of the damage that the disease is causing you, that the mental issue is causing you. So then you have two things that's affecting your body, your soul, and your mind. All right, let's go to the next one. That's not even including the food you're eating. They're not including that. That's not including the water you drinking. They tested our water in Virginia. We had 150 chemicals in our water. 150 different chemicals. Percocets, medical junk, drugs, bodies be in the water. Just think about it. All right. Signs of drug abuse, changes in school or work performance, secretiveness, relationship problems, risk-taking behavior, legal problems, aggressiveness, mood swings, changes in hobbies or friends, sudden weight loss or gain, unexplained smells of the body of clothing. So y'all listen to this. Y'all have kids. Y'all watch out for these signs, man. Y'all make sure your kids is not going through these things, man, because a lot of them could be doing it because if they have problems that you're ignoring and they can't come talk to you. So guess what they go do? They go to the streets, and the streets will give them drugs. Because half the dudes you looking up to ain't have dads they self, ain't have a family they self, and they found out, oh, I can take this drug and then get me out of this. And trust me, I'm one of the people that know. I'm one of the people that know. I don't try to hide my pain so much through drugs, man. I'm supposed to be dead. I don't play Russian roulette, try to blow my head off. I don't try to take pills to die. My brother cut his arms up. Now he's a minister. So we are telling you, I ain't just telling you from just me looking up things. I'm telling you from experience myself. Okay, hallucination, signs of SIPD. Hallucinations, including hearing, seeing, or smelling things that are not present. Delusions, including hearing voices or believing that you are being watched. Religious delusions, like thinking that a deity is sending you a special message. Hey, I'm just saying this is what they say in Psychosis is. So I just put that there. You see what I'm saying? So this is actually a part of Psychosis. It is something that they're saying. Okay, so this is part of schizophrenia. All right, so we can go to the next one. So don't come to me like I said it. That's scientific. Okay. All right. What helps with SIPD? Medication your doctor may prescribe, antipsychotic drugs, and other types of medicine to help control your symptoms and treat your conditions. Antipsychotic medicines are usually recommended as the first treatment of psychosis. They work by blocking the effect of dopamine, a chemical that transmits messages in the brain. Okay, we can go to the next one. So that's things that, like I said, I'm trying to find, because like people say, yeah, you could talk about the problem, but what is the solution? Now, if you, like I said, if you could find other things, but at least get diagnosed to what you have, at least understand what you have. Alarming psychosis statistic: 1 in 5 people with a history of psychosis will attempt to commit suicide. Okay, so I'm telling y'all better watch our people, man. Pay attention. Look at the signs. I know people that commit suicide. I know people that know commit suicide. You know what I'm saying? I know people that talks about it every day. I'm one of the people. I'm just telling you. So be careful, man. And this is one of the last things, because I learned this from a woman I know that just had a baby, and she was telling me how she had problems and mental problems. That was all this depression. And like, again, I said, man, it's just a mental thing. Man, it's just this. Man, you need to fight it. And she kept having it. And she told me postpartum, and I'm like, what is that? So I looked it up, and I'm like, wow, like this is a real thing that women have. So when these women have these things, you got to be careful when a woman has a baby, because you don't know what she's going through physically and mentally, to where she can actually harm the baby and not wanting to, because it's a problem. Okay. Postpartum depression is a type of depression that happens after having a baby. It affects up to 15% people. People with postpartum depression experience emotional highs and lows, frequent crying, fatigue, guilt, anxiety, and may have trouble caring for the baby. Postpartum depression is a type of depression that happens after someone gives birth. Postpartum depression doesn't just affect the birthing person, it can affect the surrogates and adoptive parents. 2, people experience hormonal, physical, emotional, financial, social changes after having a baby. These changes can cause symptoms of postpartum depression. So we got to understand that. That's why when we used to look up in the 90s, man, we used to see girls throwing babies in the trash can. It ain't because she just wanted the baby. It's because of the fear of how parents going to look at her, who going to help her take care of the baby. She's going to be stuck. The father don't want to be with her. There's a lot of things that causes these things. And this is one of the main symptoms of this, okay, is types of postpartum baby blues. Postpartum blues and baby blues. The baby blues affect between 50% and 75% of people after delivery. If you're experiencing baby blues, you will have frequent, prolonged bouts of crying for no apparent reason, sadness and anxiety. The condition usually begins in the first week, 1 or 4 days after delivery. Although the experience is unpleasant, the condition usually subsides within 2 weeks without treatment. So this is the main thing most women have after this. So this is not a serious thing. This is something that's going to happen. It's going to wear off about 2 weeks. So when y'all see y'all women, and let me tell you this, because I see it happening, and I talk to women. I'm not one of the people who just be sitting here act like I care about my people. I talk with molestation women. I talk with men who've been touched. I talk with women who've been raped. I talk with women who wanted to have abortions and regret having it. Okay, I talk with women that have these things. And one of the things happen is men do not understand this, and most of us don't, and none of us have this, so we don't look at this shit serious. We'll look at this woman like, why is you acting like this? But we not understanding. We need to sit there and say, well, baby, are you okay? I know that having a baby is traumatic. I'm here for you. This is what you need to say to your woman. Okay, your woman is feminine. You don't need to make your woman tough. Understand that you there for. Understand that that baby, having that baby is traumatic. You're having a whole human coming out their body. Some of them had to be cut open. Some of them have hemorrhages. Some of them have a lot of things that happen with them, man. Okay. Postpartum depression. Now, this is depression of the postpartum. Postpartum depression is a far more serious condition than the baby blues, affecting about 1 to 7 new parents. If you've had postpartum depression before, your risk increased to 30% each pregnancy. You may experience alternating highs and lows, frequent crying, irritability, and fatigue, as well as feeling of guilt, anxiety, inability to care for your baby or yourself. Symptoms range from mild to severe and may appear within a week of delivery of your gradually even up to a year later. And one of the women I talked to right now, they having this problem right now, and I'm talking about, and they had the baby 4 months ago. They still having this mental problem and nobody helping her. The baby daddy's going, because this is why the reason why a lot of relationships break up, because the woman changes and the man don't understand. And we as a man, we think different. We think, oh, she's not having sex with me, man. She must ain't attracted to me. Or she ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna go mess with somebody else. Or she acting funny, man. We got to understand a lot of that stuff comes from this, okay? Postpartum psychosis. Postpartum psychosis is an extreme severe form of postpartum depression and it requires emergency medical attention. This condition is relatively rare, affecting only 1 in 1,000 people after delivery. The symptoms generally occur quickly after the delivery and are severe, lasting for up to a few weeks to several months. Symptoms include severe agitation, confusion, feelings of hopelessness, shame, insomnia, paranoia, delusions, um, hallucinations, hyperactivity, rapid speech, or mania. Postpartum psychosis requires immediate medical attention since there is a increase of risk of suicide. And this is coming from after having a baby. I've talked to women who's talked about it. I be thinking about it because it's the life that comes after. It's the things, the problems that they have. They can't get to work like they want to because don't nobody want to watch it. How you going to take me to the daycare? I don't have the money. He's drinking a lot of milk. I don't have the Pampers. Women, we could talk about women all they want to, but they are the strongest people that I ever met because most of us grew up with our mamas. And think about what they have to deal with. Most men don't have to deal with kids all day. Women do, and when kids are a lot of work, because I've dealt with them. Okay, kids are a lot of work. Imagine they have to do it for 18 years with if nobody have to help them on that. Okay, having a personal family history of depression, postpartum depression, and premenstrual disorder, limited social support, marital or relationship conflict, ambivalence about pregnancy complications like health conditions, difficulty delivering, or premature birth. You're younger than 20 or single parent, having a baby with special needs, or a baby who cries a lot. Now, as me having a son and had a baby when I am been married, I understand. I've seen it. I've seen the woman couldn't take the crying, and she was like, "Oh, just stop." Made her did something that she didn't want to do. You know what I mean? You had to step in. So what I'm saying.
Hey, Shalom, Mark. Let me say something real quick. Hey, y'all hit that. He bringing out some real powerful information, and so y'all hit that like and subscribe, man. The brother put a lot of time in putting this together. So all we ask is you hit the like and subscribe and share this on your social media platform. Go ahead, brother. And then you get done. I want to ask a couple of questions.
Okay. Because, I mean, I'm almost finished. I probably got like
no, take your time, man. Do your thing. I mean, this ain't coming to get your information, but sometimes we got to think because a lot of times they misdiagnose us with things. So we got to also be aware of that. But I mean, there's nothing wrong going to get your physical and get because like if they misdiagnose you, then they got you on some pills that you ain't even supposed to be on. that's treating they might get you on there for bipolar, or pills for bipolar, but really it's post traumatic stress disorder, or
I agree.
what they call it, ADHD, but they got
Yeah,
you on there for,
ADHD.
So I'm just saying. So how do they figure out the diagnosis? Because a lot of these symptoms actually can run line in line with each other. And then ain't it
Agreed.
funny that our
Yeah.
kids, African American kids, it's a racial and ethnic disparity with ADHD diagnosis from kindergarten to 8th grade. And most of us, our people are getting more diagnosed than Europeans or
Well, see
Chinese.
that ADHD thing, I don't really agree with that because my son had that. And he don't even have it no more. So it's like that's just
That's
something
what
I
I'm
feel
talking
like
about.
they yeah.
Then they had y'all on Ritalin and all kind of mess. But go ahead, man. Continue with
Okay.
good show, man. This is a good show.
All right, thank you. It's postponed. Oh shit, I couldn't even read that per se. But okay. How it affects the brain. Okay, MD. Dan. I ain't even gonna say that man last name. I don't know why doctor always got these funny last names, but I'm gonna call him Dan. MD urges caution in drawing any conclusions based on the study. He is the director of mood disorders at Mount Sinai Medical Center in New York City. But this study confirms that there is clear biological abnormalities in the brain of a woman with postpartum depression. He says it is not just them feeling tired and unhappy after having a child. That said, the study compared women with postpartum depression to healthy volunteers, not people with depression. For this reason, it is hard to say if the two conditions really do differ. Plus, some studies have shown that the glutamate levels are also elevated in people with depression. The literature is mixed, he says. Okay, so a lot of these things, like I told people before, the soul is where the subconscious is where the soul is where the subconscious is at. They don't understand the subconscious. They don't not know that at all. They barely are knowing about the brain. They know what certain things do, but they don't know how subconsciously you can move things. How subconscious you can hurt your body. You can think things inside your subconscious, man, and destroy yourself. You know what I mean? So they don't know. Now I'm not saying that they know everything. I'm not saying they can cure everything. But I'm saying is we just can't ignore it. If you have other ways that you feel like you can help this person, then do it. I'm not saying just go to a doctor. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is at least understand that it is a problem. Because people in the black community don't understand these things. And I've seen it many times. Okay. Feeling symptoms of postpartum, feeling sad, worthlessness, hopelessness, and guilty, worrying excessively or feeling on edge, loss or interest in hobbies or things you once enjoyed, changes in appetite or not eating, loss of energy and motivation, trouble sleeping or wanting to sleep at all times, crying for no reason or excessively, difficulty thinking or focusing, thoughts of suicide or wishing you're dead, lack of interest in your body or feeling anxious around your body, thoughts of hurting your baby or feeling like you don't want your baby. So these are the symptoms. So when you're around your woman or you're around a woman that has a baby, look for these symptoms, man. Look for these signs because it can be a difference between life and death. It could be a difference her wanting to commit suicide to her wanting to kill a baby, or it could not mean nothing, but at least try. At least try to understand it. Okay, let's go to the next. How it affects the baby. And see, this is another thing. This is why you got to understand. And this is why I said we got to do that because your effectiveness, if you have a baby and the way you treat that baby growing up, and you're affecting the baby. You see what I'm saying? Go to serial killers. Go to people who do a lot of evil stuff. Ask them how their life was. Many of them was put in cages. They were tortured. Their daddy was evil and made them evil. Molesters mostly have been molested. People who rape people, many of them either have been raped themselves, molested, or They have been done wrong by their parents so much, like their mother, that they raped a woman or killed a woman, and every time in their head they're thinking it's their mama. Because they were so much of a coward, not that, well, I ain't gonna say coward because they don't supposed to kill their mama, but they were so scared to do something to their mama that they'll do something to another woman and pretend it's their mother. Just look up the serial killers. Look up all these things. They had bad lives. They wasn't just people that just came and said, I'm gonna be evil. It just happened like that. Okay. All right. So how it affects the baby. You have trouble bonding with your baby and don't establish a connection with them. Your child may have behavior or learning problems. You may skip appointments with your child's physician. And I know that's going on right now with somebody. Okay. So these things do be happening. Your children may have feeding and sleeping issues. Your children may be at higher risk for obesity and development of disorders. You may neglect your child's care or not recognize when they're ill. Your baby may have impaired social skills. And I've seen it so many times where they know this mama is going through a lot. They see this mama mentally going through a lot, and they'll leave her like that, won't help her. And then when she kill a baby, she kill herself. They say, oh, what happened? You know what happened. You just was selfish. And that's what we got to stop being. Things that can help, okay? Find someone to talk to, a therapist, friend, family member, or someone who will listen to you and help you. Join a support group for new parents. Try to eat healthy and find time for exercise. And this is why I said that eating the food, man, the food is a serious thing too. Salt has killed more black people than guns and anything. Just look it up. Heart disease, like I said, salt, stress, high blood pressure, all that stuff goes together. Prioritize rest for yourself. Go out with your friends and talk to them on the phone. Find time to self-care, doing things you enjoy, like reading or hobbies. Now, this sound like easy things, but if you're a single mother, you don't know. If you're a man, you don't know how hard this is. Okay, I talk to the woman. You don't know how hard that is. You ain't got to do that. Most of y'all don't have to do that. Most of y'all can leave that woman alone and let her have them kids. Okay, and get help with household chores and errands. Okay, and I think this might be the last one after this. All right, things that can help. Be realistic about your expectations for yourself and your baby. Limit visitors when you first go home. Ask for help. Let others know how they can help you. Sleep or rest when your baby sleeps. Exercise. Take a walk and get out the house for a break. Keep in touch with your family and friends. Don't isolate yourself. Foster your relationship with your partner. Make time for each other. Expect some good days and some bad days. Okay? So these are things that we need to understand. And I hope a lot of y'all listen. I hope y'all are paying attention, man. I hope y'all show this to the youth, man, and try to get them to understand it. This is what I did it for. I know I ain't gonna get a lot of views. I ain't get a lot of likes. I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I can get 1,000 views and only 100 y'all can be listening. But the ones that have been listening, the ones that have been sitting here and listening to me and explaining their health, I thank you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that you really care. Thank goodness my sister abused her children so badly. I was extremely close to a statistic of her oldest son. My sister abused her. Thank goodness my sister abused her children so bad. Oh, yeah, okay. That's what you said. Yeah, that's why I said you got to watch it because you don't know, man. And what happens is we love these people. Most molestation, God said he would create these delusions for people and he would personalize them. I mean, listen, like I said before, I believe in the soul, the body, and the man. I don't understand why people keep acting like I don't know that there's a spiritual thing with it too, okay? I don't know why people keep doing that. But what I'm trying to get to understand is the physical part too. You are a human being in the flesh. So it's physical things that can happen to you. For everybody who is listening, thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for caring about people, man, because people, all they care about is drama. It's getting to a point where everybody wants drama. If you ain't fighting, arguing, fussing, cussing, people don't want to hear it. But people say they're about God. People say they're about our people. People say they're about the community. How? how when every time somebody put it up, every time somebody put something serious up, nobody wants to listen to it. I share this for our people awakening. Thank you, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Yeah, put your, you know what I'm saying, and like I said, go to the other people and let them know, man. If you care, man, watch out for these people. Watch out for your friend that just had a baby. Watch out for your brother that looks out and zones out all the time, because he ain't just doing it for no reason. Okay. JJ, you wanted to ask some questions?
Yeah.
Nah, I say what I have to say, man. That was a pretty good show.
Thank you.
You know, baby, that was an excellent show, as a matter of fact. But then, like you say, if we use your logic though on the information, right? Like, you know, we got to question everything. We don't trust this and that. We got to really use that logic when it comes to seeing them and they giving us all these different pills and some of these misdiagnoses. That's what I'm saying. We should do flip side to it too. You know, because like I say, our people are more likely to be misdiagnosed more than any other race of people on this earth.
Okay. I agree. I agree. Everything you said, I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't trust these people 100%. But you know what I mean? Like I told people, I'm not saying just go get the medicine. I'm saying at least get the diagnosis. So it might, they might be wrong. So what if they 80% right? So at least when you get the diagnosis, you can try to find out other things, because it don't say just take medicine. A lot of these things say exercise, sleep right, and you can fix these things. So what I'm gonna ask you, is there anything like is there any solutions that you would have that other than like medicine? You know what I'm saying? Like for people or the misdiagnosis, like if you saying that they might be misdiagnosed, how do you feel like that you can diagnose it? Yeah.
After you shut that part.
Oh yeah, you was on mute. Yeah, I just because this is like I said, you already know, like I already know that you ain't coming to me like I'm not coming at you like that. This is a great discussion, and this is for the people who really listening and want to help people. So when you saying that that somebody might misdiagnose, now we need to tell the people how this is not for me. This is for the people who may want to know. Okay, if I don't want to go to this doctor and not get diagnosed, how would I be able to diagnose myself? Okay.
Well, here's my thing. I mean, how do they come up with these diagnoses? I mean, well, it's okay. You tell them your symptoms. Okay, you had bipolar disorder. But then you go somewhere else. Well, no, that's post traumatic stress disorder. Why did you give them this type of medicine? Or this is ADHD, but you didn't diagnose them as having bipolar disorder. I'm just saying there's cases out there where people are being misdiagnosed. And I mean, okay, I put a couple of articles in the chat. Let's see what we got. We can pull it up. Hold up. I mean, I'm not trying, just like, you can't trust the information. You got to question everything.
Oh yeah. Trust me, man. I ain't sensitive. I'm not, you know me, man. I'm not sensitive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This for the people, man. You know what I mean? This for our people. You know what I mean? I could be wrong in certain things, and I don't care, because it's not for me to be right. It's for me to help. You know what I mean?
No, bro. Your whole thing was positive. I mean, but I've heard you say that we can't trust everything. And he's like, man, these doctors. I mean, a lot of times, a lot of people.
Yeah.
We'll put their faith.
And I'm glad you putting this out. I'm glad you putting this out too, because it's letting people see the other side. That, yeah, I do believe that you can't trust all these people. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm not saying like depend on these people fully. I'm just saying let's at least get help somewhere, somehow, somewhere. You know what I mean?
I'm not here to.
Yeah. So you can put an article. I want to see what you did.
I mean, if you scroll up, I put up one where we less likely to get more help because of our color. We're less likely to get misdiagnosed. I mean, not less likely. We're more likely to get just misdiagnosed with something that we ain't even got. I'm just saying the health and medical field has not been fair to our people. It hasn't. It hasn't been 100% equal. I can tell you that right now. So when you go into these doctors, I mean, I'm saying, how do they come up? This is my question to you. How do they come up with these diagnoses? They say, okay, well, we're going to compare it on this. He told me that my back hurting and my feet twitch at night. I'm just saying we're going to call it ZEAEEO. And then if he has his brain is, I mean, he has constant headaches and his tooth hurt, we're going to call it YZZZO. And then what if they misdiagnose you? I'm just saying, how do they come up with these diagnoses, brother? That's all I'm asking on some of this stuff.
Okay, yeah. Now, like I said, I agree with JJ. Everybody listen, I agree with JJ. I do not trust 100% none of these people. I mean, all of these people. But I do know is that it is people who wants to harm us, but then it is people who wants to help us, and we got to determine which one is which, right? So we got to understand the reason they know what's going on because they create these things. See, they create these things through the life, like having us oppressed, through our food they giving us, through the drugs they giving us, through the situations they giving us in life. So they create these things. And then there's people out here that know, that understand. It's the same as slavery. You had these white people that put us in slavery, right? You had black people that helped, but then you had white people that got us out of it. So we gotta. So when I say I don't trust all, I'm not saying no race. I'm not saying a whole people, because I know it's people that are trying to help us, and it's people that's not. And it gets to a point where we thinking the people who might be trying to help us is harming us. And see, when I had my heart attack, right, I went to a heart specialist. I wasn't taking my medicine or nothing. I told my friend not to take his medicine. My friend died, right? So my doctor told me, man, if you don't take this medicine, you're going to die. And I had to sit there and tell him, like, look, I'm a black man. We don't trust y'all. And he said, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But there's certain things you have to do, because even if you don't take this medicine, and that's cool, you don't want to take the medicine, but you better do something. You can't not take this medicine and stay eating the same foods. And that's what a lot of us do. We'll say, I'm not doing this, but we'll never change our lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? That's why we
and it's good to constantly see, you know, somebody that you can trust, somebody that you've been dealing with, somebody that you have your whole family going to. And then it's always good to know your own condition, research your own condition, so you can have something to tell them instead of going to the doctor and saying, I don't know what's wrong with me. And then they just trying to test dummy you. So at the end of the day, it's best for you to, make sure that you have a doctor that you consistently go to and that they know you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I want to say this, like one time, right, JJ, like my legs, right, it was swelling. So I'm like, what's the fuck going on? Like every time I put socks on, my legs swelling, right? So I look it up. Like she said, I diagnosed myself. I found out I got heart failure. I'm like, what the fuck? So I go to the doctor. They say the same thing. You got heart failure. It sounds like heart failure, but he let me understand that heart failure don't mean like you're going to die right then and there, but it means your heart is warning you. It's giving you signs. So it's your body gives you signs. When a person has a bunch of bag under their ass, their kidney is failing. When certain things happen to your hands and your feet are connected to your organs.
Right.
So it's things that you can do too. Now, like I said before, JJ, I'm not telling everybody to go get medicine. I'm just saying try to find out your diagnosis. Now, you could diagnose yourself. You can go to this hospital and they might say, yeah, you got this, and then go to another doctor, and then look at yourself and say, you know what? I don't think it's this. That's your choice as your person. That's your life. I'm not saying stay on the medicine, but it's other things you can do than just medicine. Like I said, you can just start sleeping right, stop eating certain foods, stop drinking, but don't sit down and go to a doctor and say, you know what, I ain't listening to him, and then go drink again, and still go smoke, and still go doing the things you did that caused the problem. Because if you don't want to go there, then you have to do something. You have to have a remedy for yourself, and that's all I'm just trying to tell people. At least do something. You see what I'm saying?
I get that part, but how do they get some of these? They misdiagnosed bipolarism with post-traumatic stress disorder. So is it the same medicine, or are you giving, because there's cases where they didn't give these people the medicine and it made them worse. All I'm saying, bro, I mean, just look at the COVID thing regarding 100 positive cases, 92 cases were misdiagnosed. They got different studies. Some of these doctors don't know what the hell they talking about, bro.
And some of them cause side effects. That's why you experiment on you. You know?
Now I will say that. Now I will say that, JJ. I agree. Like I said.
Go ahead, bro.
No, you go. You can go. I listen to what you say first.
My last point: the Tuskegee experiment. You know, I mean, was that just that them was guinea pigs? Who's to say they still ain't got guinea pigs out here? I don't know, man. The pharmaceutical business is big business. It's big business. Why you think they got mad at that? What's that dude, Dr. Sebi or whatever his name is? What was he trying to do? Go to natural herbs and stuff? What was wrong with that? My last question: why were they mad at him? And then go ahead.
Okay. Now, Dr. Sebi, I agree with Dr. Sebi. I have a thing on Dr. Sebi. He was teaching you, and I agree because when I started getting off meat and eating certain fruits, man, it made me feel better. It made me do things. But in certain times where you can damage your organs so much, man, that you might need an extra type of help, right? So what I'm just saying is, I'm not telling people to go get medicine. It's like I'm not telling people to go do that. The medical industry, we know, is about money. So yes, a lot of reason you get diagnosed because a lot of people don't go to specialists. A lot of people go to the hospital where half these people are just college students. They just getting out of college. They're not specialists. When I had my heart attack, I had to go to a specialist that all they do is determine off your heart. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, when we go to these regular hospitals, they don't really know. All they do is try to diagnose you and give you some pills to get you up out of there. So that's why a lot of that stuff happening. Now, I'm saying is, if you want to do the natural thing, then that's fine. If a person say, you know what, I found out I got this mental problem or I got this health problem, I want to go Dr. Sebi way. I'm not telling the person not to do that. That's fine. What I'm telling the person not to do is understand you have a health problem, understand you have a mental problem, and don't go to the hospital or don't get it fixed. Because that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people would say, yeah, I got a heart problem. They say, I know a dude right now, they say my heart leaking. And he ain't go to no more doctors. He ain't taking no medicine. But then he turns around, you eating the same thing, you doing the same thing that caused your heart to leak. You see what I'm saying? So it's not, I'm not saying don't depend on the doctors, but don't continue to keep doing the same. It has to be a replacement. It has to be one or the other. When you tell somebody don't take medicine, you got to have a remedy for them. And that's why I agree with Dr. Sebi. When he told you don't take the medicines, or he told you certain foods, he had remedies. He told you eat this if this will help you. This will help you. So yes, that's why I just tell people, like, it got to be fixed. Because the thing I don't like about medicine is a person take a lot of medicine and I see them still do the same things because they think that medicine is helping them heal, or they think that medicine is helping them. Like I got a cousin right now, this man is like 500 pounds, right? Instead of him working out, losing weight, he's dependent on the pill. So he'll take a pill to go eat a big ass meal. And I'm telling you, you're not gonna get fixed like that. You're actually making yourself worse. So it matters what you're trying to do, and a lot of us don't do that. I know a lot of people that has anxiety and never went to a therapist or never even tried to get it fixed, and their whole life is in shambles because they never got it fixed. So that's the only. I know people that committed suicide never went to go get help because they didn't want to feel soft for asking for help. So that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? My point ain't trying to tell people to go do this or go through that. I just want a person to get help. That's it. Just go get help.
Yeah. Okay, but I get all that, bro. I get all that. Joseph Samara's in the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself, and I think he got a question for you, Eric, or maybe just a statement, or he agreed, or whatever.
Peace, Joseph.
Yeah, peace to the channel. I mean, the channel, the chat, the panel as well. Yeah, mad scientist, I believe your name is. Yeah. That was very great. That was a very good presentation that you brought out. It's something that needs to be spoken about. And JJ, what you brought up too was also important because yes, there's also so many misdiagnoses going on. So therefore, as especially as we Black people, we need to always get a second, third opinion, basically, which is something we don't do. We always go with the first opinion, and so therefore we open ourselves up to whatever this doctor or whoever's opinion is given. So yeah, it's quite necessary that we always seek these type of second, third opinions so that we can know exactly what is happening. Also, when we do get the opinion, we can also look into the herbal side of things. I know people say, um, the herbal stuff doesn't work or XYZ, but I mean, it depends on how you use it. If you research and look into it properly, there's certain, like for instance, there's certain herbs that you would take before you eat a meal, and that will act as a medicine. And there's certain pills that herbs that you would take with a meal, and that will act as what they call it, balancing out your diet, so to speak. So you have to know what you're doing in anything that you do, basically. So yeah, and also one more thing I have to say, we neglect the fact that exercise is very, very, very important, especially in our old age, for the bones, the strengthening of the bones, so you don't get bent back, because we're in the cold and the hot. You know what I'm saying? Some of us are in the cold continuously. So these things are very important. Exercise in our old age is very, very important. If you look in Bible days, these guys were doing hard work, which was even equivalent to exercise or even more, so to speak. Walking long distances, and so on and so forth. They were doing a lot. That's why they lived a lot longer and they were more fitter. We sit down and everything is brought to us, and we hardly move. Even just to go and exercise for our own selves, we don't want to do that. It's like, yo, that's a chore, but it's for your own benefit. So these are the things that we need to start looking at, basically, especially when we're getting into old age. And yeah, I'm just adding on to what you guys are saying. And yeah, man, mad respect for that.
Yeah, and I want to say, y'all go look up Eric the Man Scientist True Knowledge interview with Cephas Black, and he's speaking on herbs. Because I talk about everything. I'm not just one person to talk about one different path. I talk about everything. I talk about molestation, sex trafficking, everything. Because I really care about my people. So I have interviews with different people. So Cephas Black interview with Eric the Man Scientist True Knowledge. He's showing you the herbs and what they do for you, certain ones that he have. Okay, Pete. We have somebody else on the panel. Introduce yourself and where they can find you.
Jenna, are you sure? Unmute your mic.
Yo, Shalom family. Matter General, you sure on deck? Definitely I was listening to
Shalom.
definitely listening to the show. Yes, some things that I definitely I stand on with the brother, but then there's some things that I don't. Um, and I'll just deal with the things that I do stand on the brother with. So when it come down to the mental health of our community, most definitely very important to understand who we dealing with and how to deal with those individuals, right? But it's also important to understand that all these things don't just happen, right? It's just not just things that's just happening. It's things that we're doing, you know, whether people like to acknowledge that or not, that brings upon these things that happens to us. You know what I'm saying? Whether we allowing certain individuals to be a part of our life, continuing to say certain things to bring us into a stressful, depressed state, or, you know, the everyday things in life, you know what I'm saying? Trying to pay bills, you know what I'm saying? And you just can't handle it by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Bringing upon those stressful things where you losing your hair, you know what I'm saying? You going back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Arguing with people that ain't got nothing to do with, you know, your situations. So all these things are spiritual attacks. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to say, oh, well, it's a physical. Yes, physical and spiritual go hand in hand. Until we out of this realm, as you can say, out of this life, the spiritual and the physical is always going to go hand in hand. Then when we get there to the next realm, then it's going to be strictly spiritual. But I just like to say, you know, we can't dismiss, you know, what our ancestors dealt with and how they dealt with things. We dealt with possession. You understand? And understanding that we were casting out things. We were dealing with spiritual demons. You know what I mean? So you could say, oh, well, that's just the New Testament. Well, King Solomon, he was dealing with demons. He was dealing with the fallen. King David, he was fighting against their children. That was remnants on the earth. So to say that, you know, the spiritual and the physical don't go hand in hand, we gotta take that into consideration and rethink that. You know what I mean? Because again, it's a lot of things that we deal with. Like, for example, when we talk about the herbs and the foods that we intake, simply not eating certain foods will allow you to live longer. Period. It ain't about trying to adjust to eating something that's going to allow you to eat something we're not supposed to be eating. Nah, we don't even want to play that game. If we know something is wrong for us, let's try and stay away from it. Or let's just do it. You know, let's not try, let's just do it. A lot of times people want to play the game. At this age that I'm in, about to be 44, hopefully next Saturday, I'm not willing to play no more games. You know, my life is valuable. The work that I got to do for the Most High is very important. And the only way that I'm going to be able to do that and even be able to have a pure temple for him to even come and reside in, I got to keep it clean. Because he say, it's not what comes in, right? It's the things that come out. So me cursing, when I say cursing, I'm talking about damning my brothers, damning my sisters to an eternal damnation that I have no authority over. I ain't the one that's judging that. I ain't the one that's ruling over that. So when I understand that about myself, it's like, well, it's not me judging anybody. It's me warning the family of what's to come. Because if I don't warn you, I'm accountable. If I don't tell you about the laws that we're supposed to keep according to our eating, then I'm accountable for the longevity when you fall sick, because Yashar didn't mention that we're not supposed to be eating shellfish because it's scavenger meat. They eat everything dead. So to eat that meat, we putting everything dead in our bodies that it ate, from the seafood, from the feces to the dead bodies and whatever the case may be, whether it's shrimp, catfish, pig, whatever you want to call it. It's all swine meat. It's all poisonous flesh for us to inject or intake, excuse me. And so then we wonder why we get all of these sicknesses. And it ain't just from the food. We allowing stress to take over instead of allowing the Most High to handle all of the business. So now we taking it on for ourselves, the shit that we can't handle. And so now we stressed out. We can't move. We can't eat. Now we bring it on other sicknesses. Now we going to other people that don't give a damn about our well-being to get help. When according to their history, their medical history, they don't find cures. They find ways to prolong a person's life so that they can make as much money as they can off of that person. That's the known fact, and that's the known history. So to sit here and try and say, well, we can do this, we can do that. Well, the Most High gave us, the herbs for man's use so that we can take care of ourselves. And it's just for us to get that understanding. And he gave us that understanding. He didn't just give it to us and say, figure it out. If it's not right there for us to get it, we got to go search for it. If you don't want to do the work, then don't talk about it. Are you?
All right.
Yeah.
So, let's go ahead and continue. Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, because I want to reply, because I think it's like, I don't know, it's like I think that certain people, it's like they hear me talk and they think that I believe certain things, because when I ask about questioning, because of what we talking about. These same people that we're saying don't trust in the medical industry are the same people who translated our books. They're the same people who teach us in school. They're the same people who giving us this archaeology. They're the same people who giving us these sources. So we can't be biased and say we can't trust these people in this, but we can trust these people in this. And that's my thing. So that's why I'm telling people, I'm not telling nobody to do anything. All I'm doing is telling you to at least get help. If you want to go to Dr. Sebi students, if you want to go to a therapist, if you want to go diagnose it yourself and try to figure out how to do it, I'm saying at least understand that while you sitting in the house and you don't want to be around people, it might be a problem. While you don't want your baby, it might be a problem. While you want to commit suicide, it might be a problem.
Brother, hey, why you feel like that? Ain't nobody
Like
on here saying I mean, you already made the disclosure a couple times on the show.
What you mean?
So don't feel that way that we saying you just put that information, brother. That's it. Nobody.
No, because I just keep hearing people say. I hear everybody keep saying about the medication part, and I just keep telling people I'm not telling people to get medication. That's not what I'm telling people. You know what I mean? That's just the.
So here's a question, brother. What would Dr. Sebi subscribe for post-traumatic stress disorder or bipolar?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just because it's like. What that's what I'm trying to ask somebody. If you're not gonna go to a therapist, if you're not gonna do, who are you going to? How you gonna diagnose yourself? I mean, I just want to know. That's what I'm trying to get people. Like, I don't know. Like when I'm talking to the people, I don't want people to talk to me. Hold on, because you asked me a question. That's what I'm trying to. Hold on, you asked me a question. I said I don't want people to talk to me as I'm not a scientist. Just because that's my name, I'm not a doctor. What I'm telling people is, if you are telling people don't trust these people with a medicine, you gotta give them an answer. Even if you want to say your answer is the biblical, if you want to, but if you want to tell people how to read the Bibles and research scriptures and pray and do certain things, I'm not against that. That's all I'm just saying. I'm not against none of that. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying at least get help, because we as a black community is not doing that. We just talked about this on the other show. And you see in the video, she was talking about that certain people, like, they'll have a problem and you'll just be like, ain't nothing wrong with you. How the old people used to treat us. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You just, he just crazy, or he just got a little problem. And not understanding that stuff can lead to suicide. It can lead to stuff. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't know the solutions.
So what I'm asking you, you do trust in certain pills, right?
I mean, I'm gonna say I ain't gonna say I trust in certain fields. I'm saying I don't know what you mean by that.
Pills.
Yeah.
You said pills. Oh, you said pills.
Yeah. He is.
Oh well.
Like you do.
I don't.
Like somebody.
I don't trust in the. I don't trust in the pill. You know what I mean? Like. You go ahead. I'll let you talk.
I'm saying, bro. So you trust certain pills, maybe what we're saying is, I guess if they give you these pills, maybe research them and see how the side effects or how they affect your body. I mean, like a lot of people, they get headaches, they go take Tylenol and Advil, stuff like that. I never take that type of stuff. I don't know.
See, it's like, not to cut your bill, Jay.
Yeah, go ahead,
but
bro.
it's like this, bro, man. It's not an attack on nothing that you said, because like I said, I was touching. The main thing that I was talking about was the things that I agree with you on. Now, I did mention, about the pills, because it's a known fact. The drugs is not herbs. The herbs, if you standing on what we stand on, according to the Old Testament, was given for man's use. Now, let's break down what man's use is. That mainly is anything that's helpful to us, to simply put it, and where do we get those things from? The earth. They're grown. It's not nothing that we come together, we add this to it and we add that to it and we cook this up, and now all of a sudden we got this and we let it sit for a minute and we got this drug. And it ain't got nothing to do with none of that. So when we talk about cures, we allow those who gave us the interpretation of this language. So what? Okay, they gave us the interpretation, but they didn't make the books up where they got the information from. They had to go and research the information to come up with something. So now it's for us that's intelligent, Eric, to go and do the proper research. Yes, they present the information to us. I don't accept what they bring to the table. So now, if I care, I'm going to go into the information that they're talking about and find out that they've been bullshitting and lying and holding back information. But no, we still supposed to accept it because this is their shit. This is they in control. Like, bro, are you? I don't think like that. I don't accept that thought process, and I'll never do it. So yes, I'm going to fact check what they talking about, and 9 times out of 10, I always find the holes that they just leave wide open, hoping that we don't go read, hoping that we don't go do the research and study to show that they some bullshit liars. And then all of a sudden, because it's been in school systems, we supposed to accept it. Why do you think like that, bro? I don't think like that. And I went through the highest education. I went to a D1 college, bro, where I'm challenging the so-called instructors. Come on, man. Like, what are we talking about? Why do you have to accept their lies? You don't. I don't. So I'm just saying, bro, like, it seemed like, you know, you want to create an argument that ain't there, bro, because I'm not trying to argue with you about none of that shit. I'm just giving you my understanding from what I just heard, you know what I'm saying, without disrupting your breakdown and your PowerPoints, bro, without even trying to come and debate you on anything.
Can I interject, please?
Hold on. Let me respond to that. All right. Well, people say, when people accuse me of saying that I have to question stuff and that I'm not going into the books. If you look at all my videos that a lot of y'all don't watch, you will see that I have videos called Origin of Hell. I have videos called Who is Lucifer, Satan, the Devil. I have Pagans of the Week and showing how they put pagans inside of the weeks and in the months. I have these videos. So yes, I do that because I don't just question. I go and question and I go and try to research. So yes, I do that. And again, I'm not telling nobody to trust the European that y'all say. What I'm saying is people will abase with it. People will say, hey, don't trust these people with the medicine, but then they'll go to all this archaeology, they'll go into the translation, which is their translation. We can talk about, just like I talked to the dude yesterday, you can talk about that Hebrew stuff all you want to. You can't translate it without their translation. Just like the Egyptians cannot translate the hieroglyphs without the Rosetta Stone. And that's what I'm just trying to tell everybody. Hold on.
And I can say that's not true, because when you go into the Gabaret,
all right, go ahead, y'all.
Nowhere on the planet do you see a Jew, a white man, a Caucasian teaching Gabaret, Eric. Nowhere on the planet. But you know who teach that? A remnant of Yal Sharal that look like me. That look like Jeremiah, Judah, that look like you. But at the end of the day, you say we get everything from them. It's absolutely insane for you to say that you stand on the most high power, the power of all powers, right? That's self-existing, to where he won't give his people his word. Like, come on, bro. Like, what we talking about, bro? Like,
this is the stuff I'm talking about.
It ain't no, see, now you about to take it. Now you about to go somewhere that I ain't even
saying we don't depend on nobody. Hold on, he's saying, hold on, I'm answering. He's saying we don't depend on nobody, but go to war with these people right now. You depend on their food, you depend on their water.
Why you cherry picking, bro?
You depend on
just talking about the word.
You
were just talking about the information that we learned from. So now you gotta find a point to make. This is what I'm.
Y'all forget that the most
hold up,
create doctors and different other people too. So he's basically putting these people out there to help you too. When you praying to him, he create these people to know what they doing to help you too. So don't try to go against them just because you got a problem with the system.
Okay. Let me say something real quick. Yeah, we get all that. But to me, it's like you. I mean, like I said, bro, if you question people, don't get on the fence or thinking somebody think a certain kind of way about you because they bring up, like I say, you look at racial and ethnic disparities in DHD diagnosis. Sometimes they misdiagnosis. Sometimes they tell you got bipolarism or you got post-traumatic stress disorder and you got bipolarism. My question was, how do they come up with these diagnoses? And another thing, no, we're not going to throw the Most High out the way, because a lot of people pray and hardly ever go to the damn doctor and live a healthy life. We can't just throw the Most High out the way, his power. So we're not saying that neither, but we're not also saying, but can we trust these damn pills? Can we trust why are our people getting diagnosed more than any other people? Is it really because of the food? I mean, they're just questions, bro. So if you do a presentation, just be prepared for people to come and ask questions or say their viewpoint, but that doesn't mean that they're taking anything personal. They're not being personal. They're just asking questions and expressing themselves. That's it. We do this every day. We've been doing it for years, so it shouldn't be no damn surprise that somebody's going to have a different view. You know? So, I mean, one more thing. You say, yeah, I question everything. You know, I don't trust their information. But you can trust their scientific information on how they're coming up with these pills for medicine. So, I'm just saying, if you put it out there and they say, well, wait a minute, this guy said you don't trust the information. I mean, it's got to be some kind of formula they put together to come up with these pills. Got to be some shit they wrote in, like 3% Zaxabol and 5%. You know, they add all this shit together. This is the information they putting together. Can we trust it?
Okay, can I respond?
I want you to respond, but he making it very clear over and over that he's not talking about medicine. He's just talking about getting help. And I think you asking him the wrong question. I think that is for, you know, people that actually deal with that type of stuff. He basically saying get help. I don't think yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Hold on. Let me respond first.
I'm gonna fall back because I ain't trying to mess the show. I'm just asking questions.
No, you ain't messing the show. Because hold on, JJ, listen.
What's gonna happen?
Listen, JJ, listen.
What's gonna happen? Somebody peeking around gonna make a video. JJ trying to mess up the show. I didn't know this. So I'm gonna fall back. I ain't gonna ask no questions.
Hold on. Listen, JJ. Hold on, JJ. Listen. I'm trying to explain to you. I don't feel no type of defense, because I bring these stuff out for a conversation. So I'm just a passionate person. This is the problem I have that people have with me. I'm passionate sometimes. So I don't want you to take this as like the way I'm talking, like I'm mad or angry. I'm not mad or angry. This is something cool. I'm passionate about this. Cool. So let me.
And that's the same way JJ is. So okay, now that we understand.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand. That's why I said I don't want the false acclamation of that. I'm having a problem with everybody asking me. I'm just saying that everybody keeps saying something on medicine, and I like she said, I'm telling people that I'm not telling people to depend on medicine. Now, do I take medicine? Yes, I take medicine, but because the reason I do, because I don't know how to fix something. If somebody else was to come to me and say, brother, I have this remedy, we can do this, I would try it. But what I'm saying is, when I was on this medicine, my boy was on this medicine. He didn't take it. He stopped taking it. The doctors told him to take it. He said, I'm not going to trust in it. But he didn't change his routine because he didn't know. And he died. He was 42 years old and died at work of a heart attack. My other friend died from a heart attack at 42 years old. So I'm not saying trust the medicine. I'm saying, if you're going to tell people not to take the medicine, at least have a remedy for them. That's all I'm saying. So, I said, I don't feel like nobody attacking me. I just don't want to go into the conversation that has nothing to do with the mental health, because this is for people who's trying to. It's people on this comments that's telling you, do you have mental problems? I don't want to go out a whole nother discussion. Now, I don't care if nobody questions me, because this is not me coming like, oh, like I know everything, and I don't want nobody. I don't come like that. I come and put this information out, and what Yashar said, people listening to him, and you know what? They might take his advice. They might take your advice, JJ. They might take my advice. That's how I look at stuff. I don't look at it like, oh, you trying to get over top of me and tell. If they want to go Yashar way, that's fine with me. If they want to question the medicine, like you say, JJ, that's fine with me. If they want to go to wherever they want to do, all I'm saying is just get help, because our community, we don't do that. Black people are committing suicide at alarming rates. We having anger issues. We doing a lot of stuff, and we just don't know why. And all I'm trying to do is find a solution to it. That's it. You know what I mean? That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to say what I'm saying is 100% correct. I'm putting it out there so people can speak on it. That's why I wanted people who really had mental issues to be on here and stuff like that so they can speak on it. You know what I'm saying? So they can let me know, like, look, you know, you might be wrong at this part, no, this part wrong. I'm not a person that don't take incorrection, man. That's not me. Like I'm a student. I tell people I'm a student before anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no dude that think I know everything. That's not me, and I don't want people to think that's me. You know what I mean? So that's all I gotta say about it.
Well, I wasn't telling people, you know, that's taking medications to stop taking medication. I don't recall me saying something like that. I don't recall my words even leading towards that. My point that I was making was do the research on the natural things that's given to us. This is why they're able to even create the drugs that they create, because they have to get it from something natural first. So if they use as ingredients natural, God-given, as you know, the world say, ingredients along with their twists, then 9 times out of 10, the main ingredients to what they're using is going to work for you. But I'm not a doctor. I'm not one to do the research. But if you care about your, like, if it was my health or my immediate family and I'm having to do that, you know, then yes, I would do that for that particular issue. But that don't mean that I will have it for all issues. So people couldn't come to me for all issues, you know, unless I chose that as my profession. If I chose to be a physician within my community, then yes, I would have the books and the knowledge to be able to talk and explain and break these things down. We have those people in the community, but do people want to get out there and talk to them individuals? 9 times out of 10, they don't, Eric. And this is a reality in our community. They'd rather go to the man that don't give a shit about them, that give them all type of drugs that have all type of side effects. That's worse than what the fuck, excuse my language, worse than what they going through, bro. And we supposed to roll with that because they have a degree or they have a title that says doctor or MD. Like that's the thought process that a lot of our family is understanding, right? And it's like, well, we got better. Yeah, we might not. They might not have the fancy offices. They might not have the fancy nurses and the fancy computer systems to get all of that stuff and keep it in line like that. But the knowledge and the information is beyond what they got. But we don't stand on that. We don't want to trust that because again, they don't have the look. So I mean, bro, it's we got it. But if we're not promoting it, but we promoting others, there lies the problem. This is why I don't promote the others, even though I know what they got going on. Even though I know that I'm in their society. Why do I need to promote what I already know? I need to promote what our family don't know. That's what I need to promote. But if you don't see that and understand that, then bro, okay, I got it. But we all here just to have these discussions and to get understanding about each other and where we at. And that's what I appreciate about you and your discussions in your lives that you do. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't just come talking shit. You come with PowerPoints and you come with information for us to deal with. So that's respect.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. I want to say this real quick. See, that's why it's important for us to, you know, be able to have a platform for, you know, different resources for people. Not just saying what people need to do, but different resources. And there are not just white people that have different resources out there. And I know of a lot of them that's dealing with our nationality, people that have different resources that's out there. All you have to do is dial 211, you know, and or whatever that's up in your area. They have information for different sources like outreaches for counseling, outreaches for drug programs, outreaches for different things that don't consist of medication. But we have to do a better job of getting these resources, even if you don't need them, there's somebody else that need them, and put them in a place that people can be able to get these resources.
Yeah, because I mean that's all I'm saying. Because everybody's not going to trust the same thing. Some people actually trust doctors and medicine. Some people don't. Some people don't want to do it. So I'm just putting different things out there. But look, if you know anybody that can help health wise, like with me, I would love for you to inbox me, because I'm a person, I don't want to, I'm not trying to die this young, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, if I can find a thing to get off this medicine, okay, of course I don't want to be on this medicine. I understand what medicine do, but when you have a heart attack and you so traumatized, I don't want that again. So if this medicine is stopping me from having it, this is all I know right now. And that's just what I'm trying to tell people. It's like, I'm not broad into this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if people know anything that can help me, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom is in the hospital, man. She just had a stroke. She just had blood clots in her lungs. She got cancer in her stomach. So it's like, I'm not, you know what I mean? So if people can help me and know how to help do it naturally, I'm fine with that. I'm just doing this right now because I'm not trying to die the way I died. That shit was torturous. I'm not trying to feel it again. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, brother. I mean,
I got you, bro. Real quick, JJ. Real quick, and you can have it. Trainer. I just got through training to get my Class Bs, right? So I can do the transit for the city that I'm in, right? So my trainer, she had just got through her cancer. So she's telling me how the chemo making her sick, making her weak, and it's real hot out here because I'm in the high desert. So I linked her up with the brother Moore. You know what I mean? Now I ain't checked in on the two, but that's not a problem, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know the brother and because I know what he practiced himself, right? How he had to learn for himself to get himself through his cancer, right? So he understands some things when it comes down to what you're speaking about. So I definitely will link you up. And then I don't know what else he got understanding of and what else he been breaking down and studying, because I don't talk to him on an everyday basis. But I'm in link with my brother. You know what I'm saying? We're part of the same foundation. So yes, I got you. I'll shoot you his information.
I thank you for that, man. I thank you.
And when you talk to these doctors, they have other remedies. They ain't always. It's not always medication that they offer. Ask them, different things. It's like greens and different things that you can take that, that's herbs and that's in the grocery stores and things like that too. So you ask questions.
Yeah, but you know what? You're right, because and this is one thing that JJ was saying, and I said that's what I agree on, right? And I agree that you have to study yourself too, like y'all should say, and Yashar said, and because I went to the doctor one time, right? I lost like 20 pounds. I stayed off of meat. I was on the sodium diet. I'm like doing this stuff. I go to the assistant doctor. Like, it's not the real doctor. I go to the assistant one. And that's why I said this is a difference between these doctors, Jays, I'm trying to show you. I went to her. I said, look, man, I lost weight. I ain't eating this certain things and this and that. And she said, none of that matters. So it made me give up. It made me like stop eating right and all this stuff. And then I went to the hospital next year and I got heart failure. I go to the real heart doctor comes in. And he tells me, man, you're gonna die if you don't stop doing what you're doing. And he was like, get on a diet, go on a sodium diet. And I'm looking at her like, what the fuck? She told me this shit don't matter. So it's like, yes, I do understand what you're saying.
Now look at that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But some of these doctors, hey, they don't care about you. Some of them are put in position. I ain't gonna put that out there like that. But I agree with you. That's an example of who can you trust in this field. They just, I mean, there's some, especially these young ones, they done misdiagnosed people with bipolarism and post-traumatic stress disorder. How do you tell it apart? So, so my next question would be, is it the same type of medicine they're giving you for bipolar and post-traumatic stress disorder? Not you, Eric. I'm talking about just in general.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
So,
see, what I'm saying is, it's not now. Like I said, I'm not telling people that I trust medicine. It's just I don't know what else to do, and many people don't. And many people are not smart everybody's not conscious like us. Everybody's not sitting around a building and talking about herbs, and you know what I mean. Most people's living an everyday life, doing this messed up, eating wrong, drinking, going to the doctor. Nobody knows. So that's why I said when I asked y'all,
I got somebody that experienced heart failure, and his heart was down to what?
40%.
And what happened?
I got medication, and they got that up to 75%.
Yeah, and I'm my heart is at 35% right now. And they trying to give me medicine to make it stronger and stuff like that. And like I said, is what can I do? I just don't want nobody to say don't do this, but don't have a remedy. That's why I said when y'all say you can find some people, I'm gonna go talk to them and stuff like that. I'm gonna still take my medicine until I find out if it's true or not, if it works or not. You know what I'm saying? But it's just to the point where we can't just not trust on these things, because we got to realize, like I said before, everybody is not against us. Through slavery, everybody wasn't against us. Every single white person did not hate us. That is a false teaching. We have
for the most part.
Underground railroad.
For the most part, we don't teach that over here. I'm just
understand. No. I'm saying only reason I'm saying
that, bro. And listen, people be listening. I gotta put that out there because this platform has been accused of that bullshit. It's further, it's a damn lie.
Hold on. The reason I'm saying that is not because of y'all. I'm saying it because of what I said when I say I don't trust these people. I have questions. I don't want people thinking that I'm talking about a whole race of people, because I'm not. I'm talking about that I know that the government is people. It is certain people that's trying to help, but it's most of them that's not. And it's a war that's going on with the government, with the medical industry, it's everything that's going on with this. So it is people that wants to help. You see what I'm saying? And my heart doctor helped me. His heart doctor helped him. So what I'm saying is we can't just throw that away. We gotta accept that thing.
Okay, listen to this, because you're right about that, because what happened
with my my situation. My heart was down to heart failure. I had 40%, and that medication got me back. I'm 75% now. And my mom, she back in the day, she said she a made woman and God made her. She don't need medication. I said, Mama, God made them people to be smart enough to make medication to help you. She said, nah, they making medication to make money. I ain't taking the medication. So she had stroke after stroke after stroke after stroke. It messed up her balance. She fell and broke her hip. Then she fell and broke her femur bone. Now she in the bed, can't move. Like, she ain't walked in 2 years now from not taking her medication. And the diabetes and high blood pressure and shit just made her had stroke after stroke after stroke after stroke.
And that's the same thing that happened to my mom. The same exact thing. She ain't want to take the pills. And I was telling her, I said, Mom, you got to take them blood thinners. You got to take that heart because you got an AFib. Your heart is quivering. Because what they scared is I got blood clots. So my heart is quivering at the top. So it can shoot a blood clot in my brain and I can have a stroke. And it can mess me up. And I told my mama the same thing. And I'm telling her, I said, Mom, you got to take this. I ain't taking no pills, this and that. If I'm ready to go, Jesus, this and that. She talking that. And the next thing you know, now she's in the hospital. She can't move. She's in therapy. She got cancer. She got all type of things. She had blood clots all in her body, through her legs and lungs, everything. So this is what I'm trying to say is, if you're not going to take it, you better have some type of remedy. That's all I'm saying. You better have something that's going to help, because them blood clots ain't going to just go away. They're going to come and destroy you if you don't get rid of them.
That's what I wanted to say. When it comes down to 98% of heart issues is because of clogged arteries. You know what I'm saying? It's not pumping strong enough. It's not having a strong beat, right? So 9 times out of 10, if a child got heart problems, it started with the parent. What the parent was eating, what the parent was ingesting. You know what I'm saying? Because that parent that took care of that child, that where that baby grew, even with the pops eating not the way he's supposed to eat. So you got that plus the baby that's growing in a chamber that's being fed poison.
being fed shit that's gonna clog its arteries before it can even have some strong enough arteries to even just exist on its own. We're not even taking none of that into consideration. Only thing we're doing is we fast forward to exactly where we are right now. It's not about what started this. How did this even come to be? Even if I got to go back 2 or 3 generations. We're not doing the work, bro. We're being lazy about our health and about our life, fam. And it's very important for us not to be that way. I know a lot of people don't like the way Yashar talk, but at the same time, man, I'm speaking out of love. Straight up. If we not understanding our health history, right? Like my dad, my grandmother became diabetics because they was alcoholics. That told me I can't be a drinker, fam. Can't be one that just, you know, be a social drinker all the time. Every time I go somewhere, every time I go, I gotta have a drink and drink and drink and drink till I can't handle myself. Nah, bro, I'm gonna kill myself. So now my dad, he needs the insulin so that he can live. But trust me, if he didn't drink like that, he wouldn't need that insulin. If he would have took things into consideration in moderation, he wouldn't have had to live giving himself shots every day, having strokes, having heart attacks, because his system is slowly but surely breaking down because the insulin is just sustaining him, helping him to sustain. It's not curing nothing. But see, it's about understanding, fam. We can cure the problem, bro, if we don't continue to keep doing and keep them same bad habits. Like you said, if moms would have stopped what she was doing and eating all that shit and flipped and changed her whole lifestyle, bro, I guarantee you she wouldn't be in the situation. Just like my granddad, bro. Just like my grandmother. They would not have went through those situations where it come down to what they would call mental health. Oh, it's old age, it's dementia. Nah, that's from the shit that they've been putting in their system the whole fucking time. Excuse my language again, family. I apologize.
And yeah, I agree. I agree with you saying. I agree with that wholly. Everything I did in my life is the reason why I'm in this condition. My cousin, he found out he just had diabetes, right? And he was taking insulin. He was like, man, I don't want to take no insulin. And instead of him not just taking the insulin and just keep doing what he was doing, he ate right. He stopped eating certain foods. He stopped doing this. And he said, I don't need the insulin. He's doing good. So, but what I'm saying is it gets to a point where people are doing this so long, man, that it's damaging a lot of organs, and then they don't know what to do. So it's like that's the big problem that I have that's going on is when somebody don't want to take the insulin or the medicine, they just don't know where else to go, so they just die. And that's my problem that I have. Like if you just not gonna take that medicine, if you're not gonna do that, then eat right. Because if I don't want to, I know if I don't take this medicine, I gotta eat right. And then sometimes I slip. Sometimes I do stuff I don't supposed to eat. I eat stuff I ain't gonna lie. I'm not a perfect person, so I eat stuff I might don't want supposed to eat, and I might slip up. You know what I'm saying? But the medicine they giving me is saying that it is supposed to do this and this and this and that. So for right now, I'd rather trust that than don't trust anything and not do anything. So that's you know that's just the things that's going on between me.
And you know that's a smart move, bro. I would just say this. You know what I'm saying? It's like again, you got your relationship with the Most High Power, fam. You know what I'm saying? At the end all be all, you know what I'm saying? He should be the last say so. He should be the confirmation of your last move before you make a move. So, if he confirmed things to you, bro, then you move according to his will, not according to what a man say. Not according because I speak with a certain type of tone or JJ speak with a certain type of authority. You gotta listen and follow what the fuck, follow what we're saying. That's not what it's about, man. We're not the last say so. We you know what I'm saying? We might be used to confirm his word at certain points in times, but we're not him. If he's not giving you that direct information, bro, then you know what I'm saying? You got to keep doing what you're doing, what he already gave you approval to do, so that you can maintain and sustain yourself. Right. No, I would never tell you, you know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, oh, if you really believe in the Most High, you're going to just throw that medicine away and just not, bro. He didn't tell me to tell you that.
Me neither.
So now, since he didn't tell me to tell you that, I'll be sitting here lying to you to sit here and say that, oh, because I'm a servant of the Most High God, I got authority to tell you something. Bro, I can only give you what he gives me.
I can't. Thank you for that. I agree with that. What'd you say, JJ?
I said I wasn't telling you that neither, bro. I was just, you know, making people aware that, you have to be careful. Uh, what kind of doctor you're dealing with. Maybe checking their background. Go get second and third opinions. You know, uh, you know, if they do give you some kind of medicine at a time, maybe look for a way to wean yourself off of it and find a different solution. You know, also, pray to your most high power. That helps. I was just putting out there, that they misdiagnosed things. I'm saying, how did they get bipolar mixed up? That was just a question of the day, right there. How did they get bipolar mixed up with post traumatic stress disorder? Are the symptoms that close? And like, do they give them the same type of medicine? Nobody on this panel. That's all I was just asking. So I hope that didn't offend nobody. I was just adding to the bill. I'm just going by, Eric's logic. We can't trust everything, but you know what I'm saying. But it's up to you and your inner man to make the final decision. The commanding general said, don't pay us no attention. I mean, for real. Don't, because he said something, I got to go by what he said. No, bro, you touch your inner spirit. So I wasn't coming across like that neither. This was a great bill. A lot of awareness.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm gonna say again, I don't want none of y'all to think that I took it as an offense. I'm not taking it as an offense. Like I said, I'm just a passionate person. I love talking about stuff like this. And sometimes I talk to other people too, and they think that I'm aggressive because I'm just passionate. Like, you're shy sometimes, he passionate. You passionate sometimes. You see what I'm saying? And it doesn't mean it's not harm. I don't take nothing y'all say because I don't feel nothing y'all said to me was wrong. You see what I'm saying? So I'm listening to what y'all saying. I'm not like I said, I'm not a person that just like, oh, I know everything. I'm listening to what y'all saying because if I knew everything, I wouldn't have had that heart attack. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want you to think, JJ, that you ever can come to me and not say anything, brother, because you like my brother. Yashar is my brother. I don't give a damn whatever your situations. Y'all is my brothers, man. That's how I look at it. We are under the same oppression. We are under the same thing. I believe in the same God. Yes, I believe that God put these things down and say, don't do this, and if you do it, you get punished for it. So yes, I do agree with these things. So and I agree with you saying with the diagnosis, John, with misdiagnosis. But it's have been some people that have been saved, some people not, and I understand what you're saying. Just question everything, and I agree with that. But I don't want y'all to ever think, man, you can't come to me and say anything. I don't care what it is. Even if we get in a hard discussion, I'm not gonna look at you like that. That don't take stuff personal. As long as we ain't talk about harming each other or hurting each other kids or going to finding some location, as long as we ain't talking about that, it's nothing you can say to me that's going to make me look at you and say, I hate you or I want to do or forget this person. I'm not like that. And I know it's been people around that had these situations that when you feel like I can't say this and that's not me. I just want everybody to know that's not me and it's never going to be me. I'm going to take advice. I don't give a damn who gives it to me. It could be an atheist that come and say some shit and if I feel like, yeah, he's saying some real shit, I'm going to take it. And that's just me, you know what I'm saying? So JJ, Yasha, anytime you want to talk to me, anytime you want to build, anytime we want to talk, I don't care what this discussion is, we can talk, man. I don't have no problem with when nothing nobody says. You know what I'm saying? Because where I'm from, man, we talk, man, me and my brother, cousin, everything. We argue with each other. Yeah, fuss, fight. After that, man, we go chill. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm used to that. So I don't want you to think I'm taking offense to nothing you saying because I'm taking everything and I'm not looking at it like you just talking to me. You're talking to a panel. You're talking to a people that's listening to us. So everybody's listening to everything you're saying. You giving advice. You're Shot giving advice. I'm giving advice. And that's good because it's coming from three different aspects. And that's all that really matters. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, hallelujah. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I'm gonna sit back and listen, man. If you got more, go ahead and get it in.
I mean, I just got a little outro. I just got a little outro video. Me talking to my cousin, but she just she's an author and she just talking about her books and stuff. If she wanted to do the outro thing, you know what I mean. But I love this discussion, man. This was a great discussion, and Only the last didn't bring out stuff like this, man. Y'all need to realize that. Everybody be talking about 1,000 years and all this stuff, but we actually be talking about stuff that goes on at this time too. And that's the difference from the last and everywhere else, man. And that's gonna be always a different. JJ is going to be a legend because he has created a platform. Karima is the backbone. She's gonna be a legend. Y'all are gonna remember these two people, man, because they have set a platform that's gonna last for a long time, even when it does go, even after them. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead, put your outro up, man.
Okay. Yeah, this outro is my cousin. I'm interviewing my cousin. Her name is Mia Trueheart. She wrote 3 books. She wrote a book about autism because her son has autism, on certain foods you can eat. She wrote a book called Agenda 21. And it's another book. I don't think y'all gonna like that part, but it's about Thanksgiving, but she's a Christian, so that's what they do Thanksgiving. But you know what I'm saying? I don't do Thanksgiving. I don't do Christmas. So it's an interview with my cousin, and she promoting her books out, and it just some topics we talking about. Like I said, it just hope y'all enjoy about that. You know what I'm saying? And we out.
You gotta send it to this account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hit that share button, man. Great information, family. We've been doing mental illness shows for the last 4 days. So it's a good topic.
And see, that's why I'm doing it this way, because the other two was more of the spiritual way. So I was like, I was like, I don't want to do the same spiritual. So I did it the physical part and the mental part. You know what I mean? Because I agree, it's all three. It's all three together.
Yep.
Let me see if I can. I'll get it from right here. Oh, what is it?
Yeah, because we discussed that we was gonna, break it down from a different level. Since they already did it from the spiritual level, let's do it from a, personal level, because we have families that's dealing with mental illness, and there's no program that you can send them to. If the person denied the help, then they don't take the mental health person. So we have to find other solutions.
Yeah, I just sent it. Oh shit, I just sent it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, but I appreciate y'all, man, because y'all letting people, put their stuff out there, man, and that's what it's supposed to be. You see all this bad since it's going with all these platforms, man. You see that it ain't, they ain't teaching nothing. You know what I mean? Like, we got to get to a point when we gonna start talking to our people. And I still got that challenge out: 5 New Testament Israelites, 5 Old Testament Israelites. We put up $10 a piece, and we sending some water to a family in Flint. Let's get it. Let me know if y'all trying to join with this challenge. I want to see unity, so I'm trying to start this unity up. Let's see if we can still unite, even if we don't agree. Even y'all atheists want to get in. Anybody want to get in? You know what I'm saying? We got family in Flint, man. They still ain't doing good. They ain't straight yet. You know what I'm saying? Let's go help them.
Man, the water's still bad there, huh? It's crazy.
Yeah. And people don't know New Jersey has the worst water than Flint. You know what I'm saying? They just ain't diagnosed it.
Dang.
And that thing mess with a lot of mental stuff too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What was that? Lead used to be in the paint back in the day. That was messing people up.
Yep. Yeah, that's what it is. The lead. Yeah, it's the lead.
So it's lead in the water because of them old crusty pipes.
Yep. Well, where I'm from, they tested the water. There's 150 chemicals in it. So that they tell us don't even drink out the water faucet. You can't even drink out of the water faucet. Like I grew up where all my family built their houses themselves and they got their own land. So we used the wells. So we didn't really have to worry about that. But yeah, that faucet water, that shit dangerous as hell.
Dang. I mute my mic.
Okay. Let me see if I can do it like this. Share that video. All right. Yo, what's up, Nick? What's here? Let me see what Yeah, about to have this guest, Mia Taylor, having a little problems with the invitation. I had to do it again. Try to see if it worked. Waiting for it to pop up. There you go. Let me see if it invites you now. There you go. Hey,
Hey,
hey.
how you doing?
Um, how you doing?
Fine.
Before we get started, I gotta play my intro because I I ain't have no last time, so let me get this started.
I understand.
All right. Okay. Never mind about that. We won't do it while I got guests on it, but I just go play the two songs at the end at the for the outro. Let the people know what's your name.
Shamia Taylor.
Okay, and let them know what do you do.
I'm Shamia Taylor. I am an author of YA and erotica, typically African American because I believe we need more African American authors.
Okay, can you tell them not the new book that you're coming out with right now, but any books that you had before that, so they'll know and where to get it from and what websites to go to.
You can go to my website, shamiataylor.com. If you go to where my books are, they'll send you to Amazon, or you can go to Amazon directly and you can look me up, Shamia Taylor. My books are all there. I have two novels. I have pretty much like an article. I also have two cookbooks.
Okay. What is the names of all your books? So they know when they look it up they can find it.
Okay, so the first, um, I'll tell you about my cookbooks. I have um, two cookbooks. One is for leftovers after Thanksgiving. You know, after Thanksgiving, everybody has leftovers, and you don't want to eat the same turkey. So,
Yeah.
got to mix it up a little bit. But then I have one for like gluten free because I have an autistic son who has to eat gluten free. So it's a little bit better for me to help other parents that need, recipes like that. I also have a story on there about my eldest son. Like I said, he's autistic. There's not too many women out there who know what to do if they have a child on the spectrum and they just found out. So that's pretty much what I wanted to write about and what they needed to expect and what is the norm pretty much that comes along with having a child on the spectrum. And then I have my two novels. Tainted was my first novel. It is available in ebook and paperback. Um, and I also have another novel. It's called Agenda 21. That one was on promotion this week. It just ended last night. Although I'm probably going to have another promotion this week for it. But it'll only be free for 2 days.
Okay. So tell us what made you wanna write books.
Honestly, I feel like I'm an artist at heart. So it was only natural for me to pretty much explore all art mediums. And I have. And I believe that writing helps me express myself a little bit better.
Okay. Now did your son inspire you? How did your son inspire you to write the book? Was it like I already know you said you feel like there are a lot of women don't know really about it, but was you thinking about doing it, or is it a certain thing that happened that made you want to write?
I wanted to write it because when I had him, it wasn't that much information about him about autism is what it was. The biggest problem that I had was trying to find information on autism in babies. Not too many people have information, especially on the internet, about babies because they see it as a social disorder. They see it as if you have to be, even now, they don't want to diagnose them until they're 3 years old. And I knew that Aiden was autistic at 3 months old. So I wanted to talk about my struggles with that and how you should always trust your gut, because if I hadn't trust my gut, I would have never known.
Okay, now the cookbooks you saying that's connected to the autism book, or you?
One of them is because I don't know if you know or not, but and a lot of people don't, but gluten free and eating healthy actually contributes to autism and helping them recover. I don't believe that you can fully recover from autism, although there are autistic people who didn't talk until they were 16, 17, and then became doctors when they became older. So it's like you can't count them out. And
Okay.
yeah, and recipes actually would help with that digestive tract, because scientists have found and doctors have found that autism can be related to the gut and the toxins that's inside of you.
Okay. Okay. Now, on your new book, Agenda 21, can you give people a little detail? I know you don't want to give everything on it, but can you give them a little detail of?
I'm so horrible at details. Let me try to summarize it. But okay, Agenda 21, um, that that actually came from when I was reading online about Agenda 21. Are you familiar with it?
Oh no, I never heard of.
Be sure you look it up. NASA put out, it was kind of like a pamphlet or a booklet about Agenda 21 and how they want to exterminate the human race. NASA.
Okay. Okay.
And a lot of people don't understand that, and a lot of people feel like it's fake,
You
it's
so
a
you
joke.
talking about depopulation control?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Uh,
exactly what it is. It's population control. And honestly, a lot of people don't know about it. I feel like I needed to raise awareness from it. And honestly, I didn't want to just do a boring book about it. So
yeah.
I did a fictional book about it. It's a romance novel, but it also has the concepts of what Agenda 21 is, um, and the consequences of what could happen if nothing is done about it, you know? So I wanted to raise awareness for that. That was pretty much my biggest thing, especially me being a Black woman. I do feel like education is important because they tried not to let us have education for so long, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that yeah was probably my biggest inspiration for writing that book.
Okay. Do you got any advice for any young people or anybody, not even just young, just anybody who's trying to get into the book game and they don't really know? And I want
Yeah,
you to give them the advice how to get into it, and I want you to give them the troubles that you have of doing it. So it just doesn't seem like it's just something that anybody can do.
right. Probably the biggest thing is to read. You can't write without liking to read. That would defeat the purpose, because if you have to proofread your book, you have to read it.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, just do it. Um, my first book that I published, Tainted, it took me literally almost a decade to publish it because I was afraid. Um, but honestly, if you put yourself out there and just to have it out there is just humbling in itself. So, push yourself to do it, put it out there, and make sure you read.
Yeah. We working on our movies and stuff, so maybe I can get you hooked up with us, and we can turn one of them books into a movie one day. We go work on that. Um, so I mean, so what about it? What is the hardest part about making the book to you?
Writing it.
Just publishing and.
I honestly, the hardest thing is writing it, and I say that because even college professors still have a manuscript that they started 20, 30, 40 years ago and probably would never publish and just collecting dust at the bottom of their desk. So, the hardest thing is actually sitting down and writing it. Even a blank page is very intimidating. And getting your thoughts down on paper is a little bit harder than actually speaking to someone. So
Okay.
yeah, that's pretty much the hardest thing about writing. Publishing, honestly, honestly I self-publish, so it wasn't that hard. On Amazon, it's actually easy. So for any writers out there that feel like they have a manuscript already or want to, make sure you check out KDP because KDP actually helped me out a lot, and they have a lot of tools on there for people that don't know where to start.
Okay. Okay. Is it a goal that you have in a set in place up within a couple of years that when you're doing this books that where you want to be at with it?
Eventually,
Like,
I
let
would
me ask
like to
this:
have.
Are you trying to take your books beyond that? Like I said, like to movies or series, things like that.
Yeah, definitely. I do write YA, which is young adult. I also write erotica. Um, but my dream is to be, I want to have my own publishing company. Right now, I'm just putting my books out there and getting a feel for it because right now I'm starting out. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm getting a feel for it, and then I'm going to branch off into the publishing and getting other authors and helping them promote and do things like that.
Okay. I know you down in Texas, Houston. Is it a lot of support down there? As far as like, is it you know how Richmond is, as far as like getting people to support it and pushing it out. Is it
I don't
easier
know.
then?
It's they're friendly down here. I'll say that they're very friendly. But I'm actually in Dallas or Euless, but a little bit away from Dallas. But it's it's not that it's not that bad. I actually give out my business cards a lot, and a lot of people are happy to take it and they look it up and they give me comments on it and tell me, if they like it or not and things like that. So it's pretty nice down here.
Okay, okay. Well, tell them one more time where they can get your stuff at again, so you can what websites, you can put
You
it
can
on.
find me on Amazon, Shamia Taylor, or you can also go to my website, shamiataylor.com. And I also have updates and everything on my website too. I will be putting up, and my books are on there in case you want to get them.
Okay, I don't want to make it too long because people attention span is not that long, so that's why I don't like making
Oh,
long videos. But yeah, I
speaking
was
of
gonna
that,
ask you what else left that you have to explain.
um, well, you said you didn't want to keep it long, and that reminded me. The good thing about my books is I don't write them that long. They are literally usually less than 100 pages. And this one, this is Tainted.
Okay.
It's not that long as you can see at all.
Yeah.
It has about 15 chapters. Each chapter has about 2,500 words, so it's not that long. You could probably read it within a day because I know attention spans are I know my attention span is short. So, you could probably read it in a day or two. And you know, I wanted to talk about that. So
and it leaves a message behind the books. So these not just books with just stories. These are books that
Right.
has a message behind us.
Tainted actually has a message. Tainted actually has a message about sexual abuse, and raising awareness for that. And Agenda 21, as I said, is about Agenda 21. Y'all make sure y'all look that up, about the population extermination project. So.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to say before we leave?
No, I guess that's it. Good to see you.
Okay. Before we leave, I just want to say that this is what we need. You know what I'm saying? We need more women to speak on things that a woman are going through, because there's a lot of women who've been touched, there's a lot of women who's been raped, and they keep it to themselves and they don't speak on it. And we need y'all women to step up and say, look, this when you've been in touch, this is happening, speak up. This is what you're supposed to do. And you also giving the man an idea of what women go through, and why don't they speak. Because I know a lot of people might don't agree on the Bill Cosby thing. Some people think, my thing is this: when people say why it takes so much years, people don't know. A man can't sit there and ask that, because we never been raped or we never been molested, so we don't understand the mentality of being through that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to be, as men, we got to be more sensitive to women when these things are going on.
I would like to speak on that. I know that's not the subject right now. We can have, honestly, I would like to be on live with you on that one too, if you would like. But I will say this, as far as that, typically the reason why they don't speak is because the guy either says that he's going to harm them or harm somebody that they love, or they just keep it to themselves because they feel ashamed, because they feel like it's their fault. So, just to go with the book now, be sure you tell somebody. It is never okay to be assaulted, male or female, because it happens to men too.
Exactly. Okay, I see you later. We're gonna get into another discussion with that.
All right.
Will you be ready? All right. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye. About to go into my outro. Next Flex and Richie Roll freestyle. Check it out.
shot. Be the light when you're surrounded by the dark. They rather see you down, they don't wanna play your part. A lot of niggas do, got a life full of plots. Just like a movie from the front of you and stars. People real life, the reality is harsh. All the bad boys need a whole lot of smoke. From the bad boys, man, end up with my folk. So cocaine, they position in the dope. Home with it loose, got it tight around my throat. Surrounded by the birds in the middle of the hood. Throw my dubs up, yeah, homie, that's my hood. I ain't never changed, little nigga, I ain't wrong. Yeah, green in the road. Baby, I just flex, I just flex, I just flex. So damn, my way up, bitch, like flex, I just flex. All these people talking down, I don't sweat, I don't sweat. I just get my way up, bitch, like chill. West side, neighborhood. They told me send my pain away. Please don't keep that bottle up. But I don't drink that anyway. I just keep smoking that loud stuff. I puff, I stress away. Just like a nigga had enough. I asked my sisters and all the brothers and all the mothers if we had it rough. You know I'm shining, I'm just a diamond, just laying back in the rough. Cause pain is love and love is pain. So on my family, I ain't switching up. Cause I've been down for so long, but the way to go is going up. Cause I've been rising, there's no surprise, I'm gravity. Rise up, but on the dollar, but there's scripture, but there's printed, the God we trust. I had the fact, that God is now, and He resides in all of us. Yeah, that's a fact, yeah, all of that. When they attack, then I adapt. I'm right there when I'm strapped up in my war zone. Fall back, boots tag, hot tag, cock snack, that's right. Niggas homing like checkerboards, niggas playing both sides. That's why I keep the player pole, cause I don't trust a damn soul. Tell the judge to fall back, cause I ain't giving one dime. So all I got is one time, and all I got is one mind, and that's mine, and that's yours. Don't you dare stop mine. I'm posted up like rapping nigga, my memories, but that's top side. So I be down and all I just got in those squares loud, I'm circumcised. Be out of shape, be out your mind, either way it's fine, nigga, that's live. You drop the dime and you bite the nine, and I do the crime, and I do the time. Only difference is I ain't getting caught, and won't be going to court for no homicide. I plead the fifth, I ain't lying, Lord, please forgive me, cause niggas die.
Yeah, that's my two outros. Yeah, I was saying, man, give me some new jumps.
Hey, that was a great show, brother. Great show.
I got you.
Hey, it's probably one of your best ones that you did. It's one of the best shows you've done.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Hey, keep bringing that fire and that heat, man. Making people question things. And yeah, go out and support this brother channel. Tell them, what's it, life? Go ahead and tell them.
Conflict TV on YouTube. I even got some of Lions Den stuff on here too, and you know what I mean. So y'all still check out that Lions Den.
Part of the Lions Den, brother.
Huh?
So you part of the Lions Den, so that ain't no problem.
Yeah. You know, I made a branch off of the Lions Den anyway, so there's a lot of stuff that's from the Lions Den on there. And y'all check out the TikTok too. I'm still working on that. The TikTok Lions Den is called JJ Lions Den. So TikTok. So
yeah, I don't know how to TikTok, also, but yeah, man, I appreciate that. Yeah, man, just as long as the information getting out there, man, I don't have no problem with people sharing the videos over here, man. You know, Sister Karima, you do a great job, man. Without Karima, you know, a lot of this stuff wouldn't click. So I appreciate everybody in the Lions Den. And stay tuned later, man. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do a recap, classic debate with me and Black Jesus Minister. JJ versus Black Jesus Minister. It was a heavyweight bout. I put my People's Champ belt on the line. Y'all check it out.
Yeah, make sure you hit me up, man. I'm gonna come and get some of this.
Go ahead, fam.
No, I said just hit me up because I'm gonna come listen to it. Make sure you send a link to me.
Oh yeah, Kareem, we got time. We can run it right after this go off. Yes, Sister Kareem.
Yes,
All right. Peace and blessings, family. We love y'all.
Yeah, peace out.